What is Kenny doing in my kitchen?
What the wife and kids to bed? It's Achievement Hunting 101.
That's salvageable.
You're salvageable.
Your mother's salvageable.
Yeah, Macho Man. Randy
Salvaged your mother
Salvage.
last night.
Oh.
Well, I guess I got the intro. Coming to you live from a Taco Bell in the middle of a remote location in the middle of Tennessee, it's the one, the only, Achievement Hunting 101 podcast. And I'm your host, FuFuCuddilyPoof, and this is level 107. We got a great show for you tonight. Before we get to that, let me introduce who's joining. We got Elliot.
Wow, we're up to 107. I can't even do the math with 69 anymore. This is ridiculous.
That's because they don't teach you math up in New York. We also have Nate.
Hello.
And Corey.
Yeah.
Hi, Corey.
Hello.
That was the steam.
Oh,
Did you get the bod job
much
last?
better.
The wheels were turning and nothing came out.
All right, well, I guess that's all that matters. So let's get on to the show. No, I'm only kidding. She was about to reach through the screen and slap me. We also have pTart with us. How's it going, Sarah?
It's great. I'm glad to be the only one on the podcast without facial hair this evening.
Is that what you called what's on Fufu's face?
I don't know. By the end of the panel,
I just
you're
need a little
generous.
something.
Well, usually that kind of hair pattern grows somewhere else on the body, but
Oh, but?
sure.
Would you like to see?
Whoa.
This is why we don't do these live.
You should. Put that away, Kenny. See your
Oh, wow.
drawers and cabinets.
All right, well, yeah, with that, let's get into the game showcase. Why don't we kick it to Sarah first? What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
Well, I was going to talk about Island Saver, but somebody limits
Do it.
me.
Just do it. Just do it. Don't listen to Kenny.
Well, also, I didn't want to kill a dead horse because Nate had talked about Island Saver on the podcast a few weeks ago. But it is definitely a fun little game. I would highly recommend it. It's Kenny, you would like this game. Nate was spot on in describing it as Slime Rancher, but there's a ever so small hint of Viva Pinata, and it's just amazing. It's right up my alley. That whole simulation, just one more thing, one more task, and
Oh, shoot, this is free.
it's free, which is even
Oh,
better.
and it's my price tag. All
Now,
right.
Sarah, did they teach you about interest and exchange rates? Stuff you would know nothing about, right?
I was actually okay, so I'm super big into personal finance, so I was actually really thrilled to see that.
Oh,
It's
I
so
do remember
random.
this game now.
It's teaching children basic financial literacy plus how to save the penguins from litter and those goo bug things.
Yeah.
And it's colorful. And cute.
It's definitely
man.
all those things.
Oh,
you said
man.
you weren't going to beat a dead horse. Not
And they have an expansion, Dinosaur Island. So now let's just hit one more thing for me. Oh,
Well, but the expansion you have to pay for,
I
but
do.
luckily, no achievements.
Luckily.
But anyways, yeah, it's been really fun. It's, again, simple, very simplified Slime Rancher, but it's still been very fun.
What are the achievements like in Island Saver?
Well, you get them for cleaning
I'm glad
up.
you asked.
You get some for cleaning up your islands. I took out a loan yesterday, and then today I got an achievement for paying it back.
Riveting.
Wow.
Balance my checkbook.
Yep. Prepared a budget. Held a.
This sounds a little too much like real life.
Wow. Yeah, I am blanking on the achievement list. I'm so sorry.
There's the balloons.
You have to barter with a kiwi.
Yes, yep, I did do that. The kiwi's like your little guy that takes you around and, tells you, hey, you should do this, or you should do this next. So, but yeah, there's not a ton of achievements in the game. I think there's, only 10? You clearly have a list up.
13.
13.
I had to guess. I'd say 13, yeah.
But, yeah, it's a pretty simple, straightforward list. I mean, you get everything by the time you're done finishing the first 3 islands. Because you completed this, right, Nate?
Yes. Not too long ago, actually.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I do remember you talking about this now. I'm pretty sure I said the exact same thing of, it's free, last time.
But, yes, now you have my stamp of approval, so you should definitely go play it.
Oh, well, if you say it is.
Did you notice the genre, Fufu?
I did. It's simulation. I could have told you it was simulation once Sarah said that she loved it. It's up her alley, so it's like, oh, it has to be a sim game.
You're legally obligated to play it now.
Mm-hmm. Gun to your head.
That's a forceful gun.
So, yeah. Should I talk about my other game, or should I pass the baton
I thought you said
along?
you weren't going to talk about Island Saver, so you should definitely talk about your other game.
Yeah, go for it.
Just keep going. Sarah show.
Hey, that's alliterated at least.
I can think of other S words to include, but go ahead. Spectacular.
That's exactly what I was
Superb.
thinking.
That's not what I was thinking.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
So the other game I've been working
Sandwich.
through.
Shut up, Elle. Let her speak.
Is there a show? Is there a game called Sandwich Saver? Because, well, all right, go ahead.
So I've been working on Jackbox Party Pack 3. I actually started it for Chewy's Challenge last month when the whole 3 days I spent in the ring. This was nice for getting some good TAD. But yeah, I finally sat down and finished nearly the rest of it. Got through the t-shirt game, which I'd never played before, which was actually really super fun. And whenever I go and visit my brother, we always play the Jackbox games, and we hadn't played the t-shirt one yet, so I think that'll be a fun one to play, like actually for funds, with my family next time I see them. But yeah,
T-shirt game?
the TKO game.
I have not played this.
Oh, I have. It is a riot.
It is. You draw t-shirts and you come up with slogans and match them together and you battle them out. You pick your favorites.
Ah, okay then.
I had one issue with that game, though. The t-shirt game in particular. So there's no limit of how many things you can type in. So we were playing with, 8 people, and they were just typing in 30, 40, 50 things, and it was just all one-word little things. And I think there should have been a max limit, because things were just not going with anything. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I know what you're talking about. I only played, I just did the minimum of the 5 players, I think, to get all the achievements for it. And I think it cut me off after 8 suggestions with the 5-player game.
Okay. Yeah, they were doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you played it legit, you said?
I have not played, not the t-shirt game, but I have played Faking It legit with my family. We had a blast playing that in person. Like, that was
which
really
one
good.
was that?
The one where you have to, like, blend in. Like, everybody else gets prompts for actions to do, and then... Then if
That's
you're the
the
faker,
one where you gotta point and stuff?
Yeah, you gotta point or raise your hand or hold up your fingers. It'll say number of fingers for the times you farted in the last hour or things like that. And but yeah, we had a lot of fun playing that with my family, and my parents, who are not very good at board games or technology, were actually able to play and participate. So it was a huge win for the family. But
all right. And then, let's see. I think Espionage was the Card Sharks one, right?
Yes, and that's the only 2
Did you watch
achievements
that show?
I'm missing. I never actually even heard of Card Sharks until
no.
of a certain CheevWhiz segment.
I've watched the new Card Sharks.
Again, I don't know if I've been on a rock, but I've actually
yes.
never heard of it.
You were just born 10 years too late, I think. Maybe 15. Basically, they would ask you a question. We asked 100 people, and how many of those people said this? And then they would guess, and then the next person would say it's higher or lower. So, yeah, it's the same exact thing.
Okay. But yeah, that's the only 2 achievements I have left is in Espionage. I started it to get some TAD for Chewy's challenge. I was super tired. I popped 2 achievements and then shut off my Xbox halfway through. So yeah, those are the only 2 I have left, are the actually easier ones in Espionage. So yeah, it's actually been super fun. I only owned Jackbox 2 and 3, but I've played all the Jackboxes because my brother owns them when we go visit him. And yeah, 3's got a lot of really good games in it. It's been a really fun experience.
I've only played Jackbox games once, and I'm not sure which one it is.
Oh, man.
A friend of mine had it. And yeah, they were fun. There was a couple of us playing it. It was a good time.
I mean, Quiplash 2 is in there. I feel like at the beginning of the quarantine, there was a lot of Jackbox being played, and now it just kind of disappeared. We should bring it back.
Definitely. Oh yeah, and just looking through the achievement list, Trivia Murder Party, that one is super fun. I really enjoy it.
That's the one.
Yes.
Is that the one with the ghost at the end?
No.
Nope,
what was your
we don't play
question,
that one
Kenny?
with Vulgar because he cheats.
Trivia Murder Party. Is that the one with like the ghost at the end?
Yes. You look like a little voodoo doll, and you go to a killing floor, and you're severely punished for answering incorrectly. And
yes, that's the one I played. That was fun.
Yes, yeah, that and that one and Drawful in Faking It are probably my 3 favorites.
We also played the one
more than Quiplash,
where you have to like come up with a business idea or something like that, and then you have to sell it.
That's a fun one too.
That
was in a different game,
I can't think of what the names what they were.
That was a newer one, right? A newer Jackbox.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot what it's called too, but that was fun too.
It was probably in a newer one. There's a couple that we played.
I like the rap battle one personally.
Oh yeah, that one's fun too.
Yes, I had the pleasure of playing that with Ell at the beginning of quarantine, and Ell is very creative. I will give him that.
Except everything he writes rhymes with sandwiches for some reason.
I mean, yeah, I'm rich. You know,
good save.
Don't be a witch and a son of a sandwich. Yo.
I don't think I played a single party pack. I played Jackbox.
That's because you've never joined us.
Well, I'm busy.
Nate,
I
that
have
was
played
angry.
in college.
Yeah, it's angry.
I played,
you should play with us.
You
I invited you
Jack.
56
You don't know
times.
Jack 2.
Boring.
But these Jackbox party packs sound crazy.
They're too fun for you, old man.
Oh. You know what I
Eat a
realized?
Snickers.
You know what I realized today?
Okay, sorry.
I probably drive a car that's older than Chip.
Is it 6 years old?
No, my car is very old. But yeah, I realized, I'm like, wow, I think my car might actually be older than some of the people in this community.
Now we gotta ask, what year is it?
2001.
Okay, good. I'm older than it.
Not by much.
But not. Hey, you took my words. All right. How about you, Nate? So, clearly, you haven't been playing Jackbox games. What have you been playing?
Well, yeah, I've definitely not been playing Jackbox party packs. I've been playing Dante's Inferno. A nice light game.
Fun for the whole family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, ever since discovering or learning last week that the servers were back up and that this this delisted DLC was now available, I've kind of been doing that with my free time. And there's 25 solo trials that you have to do for this DLC. I've done 17 of them as of last night. And then Weasel Pizza asked me to, if I had a partner, my dance card was full, for the co-op trials, and there's 15 of those. So we took about 2 or 3 nights to kind of go through those. Now, keep in mind, I've never played this game. until last week. I knew just enough about it that it was like, it's God of War basically, but Dante's Inferno.
Right.
And so my experience learning the game came strictly from trials, like going up against these challenges where I think the very first one was like win quickly. It's like, okay.
Oh, well,
it says win quickly. You've got a minute and a half. And I go in there. I'm like, okay, what does X button do? So like, I'm literally starting from what are the controls? So it was a trial by fire for sure. Like learning learning enemy patterns, learning combos, learning, the best way to cheese things, the best way to take shortcuts, and the different types of trials that they have. I mean, they have ones like, like I said, win quickly. Then they have, take no damage, use explosives only. So all this stuff, you're just kind of learning on the fly. Well, so Weasel Pizza and I start, and I just, I kind of let him know, I just started playing this. So, here we go. And we did okay. The first night, I think we got about, 7 of them done, 6 or 7. The second night we got a whole bunch more done. I think we had 2 left. But that night, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I must not have been prepared. I must not have put my headset and my controller away correctly the previous night, because somewhere in the middle of this trial that was, pretty long, pretty lengthy, we get to the last bit. And we've got like one and a half arenas left. And we probably have about, 5 or 6 waves of enemies. And we've been communicating this whole time. Like, okay, here, you focus on this guy. I'll focus on this guy. We'll burn these ones down, very coordinated, very, very communicating. And then all of a sudden my headset dies.
Yeep. Rip.
And you cannot pause. You cannot pause these trials. And we've been going for like 15, 20 minutes, something like that. So, I'm like, okay, well, we sort of know what we're doing. So we just kind of keep going and going. Come back. We luckily we finished that. Like we succeeded, got it done, start up the very next trial, get about halfway through. And in the very end of a round, we've got a couple enemies left. All of a sudden my controller disconnects. Because that battery also did not get put away correctly. So I'm switching out really quickly, getting the new controller set up. Regardless, we got that night done, and then we went back for one last night, and got the last trial done that we had to on the very first try. And that was really cool. Yeah, it was great to have the last one just be like really simple. We just got it on our very first attempt. And then we were done. And that was actually the completion for Weasel Pizza. And he said that he had started this game, say back in 2010. So when it first came out, this was the game that has taken the longest from start to finish for him. And we just knocked it out last night. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm almost done the co-op stuff. So if the DLC gets delisted or whatever, as long as I can get it done, in the next day or two, then I'm safe. And then I can just go and enjoy the single player. And I do like this type of game. I love the combat in it. And most of the achievements look pretty basic. They're just kind of like, hey, as you go through, you will get them. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that this was your first go round with it, because this is very much like your kind of game.
Oh yeah,
I would have thought for sure that you would have played this.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just didn't happen for me. I'm gonna say February 2010. There's probably some WoW going on. There's probably World of Warcraft that I was doing about that time, so that's probably why I missed this game.
So, wow.
Zers.
Wow.
So, question. I'm noticing on the DLC you're talking about all these trials. There's looks like 2-player EA trials, single player trials, and then there's also achievements for getting metal or bronze, silver, and platinum on community trials.
So yeah. So when this first came out, it was the middle of the workday, or maybe even the beginning of the workday. And so I kind of checked that out and saw, okay, yes, fantastic. Luckily, some people, I think life expectancy was maybe one of the first to go around. And if you know anything about Ori games, life expectancy is a big guide solver. He'll put solutions in for things. So like a lot of the speed runs for Ori games, I think, come from life expectancy. He went ahead and made over like 100 of these trials, just so that you could easily get one of the achievements for rating 100 different maps. He split them up amongst the platinum and the gold difficulties, and he set them up so that you can just run in, smack a bomb in the middle of a level, hold your shield button, wait for everything to die, do that 2 more times, and then move on to the next map after you rate.
Sounds easy enough.
So there's shortcuts to get through all this stuff.
Oh, nice.
Now, it still takes time, though, and you have to find them. But once you've done 100 ratings of maps, you can just find a simple in any tier, the bronze, gold, silver, platinum. And then once you beat it, and you want to find one of these really short ones with the bomb in the middle, as soon as you beat it, you can replay it. Then you don't have to reload, find new ones, throw them on your, your star list or your bookmark list, and you can only hold 10 on your favorites list. So as you're going through to do this, you have to like do a batch of 10, play them all, get rid of them, do another batch of 10. So yeah, it's a little bit cumbersome to get them all done at first, but once you're done that, you can fly through the rest of them. And the score stuff, is cumulative, so you'll get that without even trying. So
cool.
Do you plan on doing the Dante's Inferno campaign when you're done with all the trials?
Maybe not right away, but yeah. I do enjoy the game. I mean, it reminds me, it is clearly a God of War ripoff.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why we thought you would like it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So I will definitely go and play it. I played the other DLC just because I wanted to get that done just in case. And that was very quick to do. Something like the Woods or something. What was that one called?
Or you don't get lost in the woods?
Yeah,
Dark Forest.
Dark
Forest Pack, yes. Thank you.
I was just looking at that. I was noticing that one of the achievements, you have to go through the forest without getting lost. That sounds mildly obnoxious.
There's good solutions for that. It's kind of a little puzzle if you really want to go through and figure it out. They sort of tell you what to do, and you just have to go along with it. But then there's a couple good guides that tell you, okay, no, you actually want to go through here, and then look at the light, and then always go to the right of the light clockwise. That sort of stuff. So I got it on my first try after watching those, and just knocked it out. It probably only took 10 minutes. So it's a very quick DLC. It's expensive for 10 minutes of gameplay.
Is the campaign portion, is that co-op or is that solo as well?
I have no idea. I've never cracked it open for that.
Have to revisit it.
I'm going to assume that it's single player.
It's gotta be.
I would be surprised if it's campaign. That seems like a single or co-op. Let me try it again. I would be surprised if that's co-op. It seems like a single player game.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that it's single player. And one of the reasons for that is Saint Lucia or Lucia, whoever she is. She's really OP. So whoever is player 2 and gets to do that, they can fly around the map. They can get away from people really easily. They have a weak projectile attack, but they can charge it up, and they don't move when they shoot, so they can stand still and just keep blasting. Whereas Dante, when he does his projectile attack, which is some sort of cross type thing, he takes a step forward. So if you start spamming that, you're moving closer to the enemies, or you're moving closer to environmental hazards. But she can just stand back and fly away and do whatever and jump up into the sky and slam down. She is very OP, so I don't think she's in the campaign at all.
All right, Corey, what have you been playing?
So I played Sk8er XL this week.
How was it?
So we should talk about how to manage hype levels.
Oh boy!
Uh-oh.
This does not sound good.
All right, so I was stoked for Sk8er XL. And
as most people were.
As most people probably were. And I played it for like 45 minutes on stream. And then we switched to an old 360 game that had nothing to do with skateboarding. So that does not say that the game is bad. Let me put that out there. The game is not a bad game. Sk8er XL is a sandboxy skateboarding simulation game. And I have a hot take about this. Because Session did the same thing. Simulation does not belong in every genre. It does not make it super fun to play a realistic skateboarding game. You need points. You need crazy physics to make it fun. What Sk8er XL did was they are nailing what feels like the physics better than what the preview, the preview program right now Session is in. They're doing that better than Session. They're both innovating on their controls. Because if you're familiar with Skate, like Skate took it to another level, but it was still arcadey enough. You still had a story, you still had points and stuff that you were trying to do. These new games, they just want you to feel like you are the skater, you are controlling that board, and that's all you're doing. Like, there's 5 maps in Sk8er XL. Like 4 of them are real life places. The other one is like a big ramp, and that's where you're probably going to have the most fun if you're like me and you want to experience this non-realistic skateboarding thing, because you're like jumping 75-foot gaps, which you're not going to be doing all the time. But that's all you can do, is you just go to these spots and you skate. There's nothing to the game as far as going like on quest or having people tell you what to do. There's no other people in the game. There's just you and your skateboard and the wide open sandbox. So it's make your own fun. Just do.
So what are the controls like in Sk8er XL?
So in Sk8er XL, the way that they are innovating is that your right thumbstick is your right foot and your left thumbstick is your left foot. So they color code your feet in the game to like red and blue, and there's a controller outline on the bottom left hand of your screen, and so you can see, and your thumbsticks are color coded to the same as your feet, so you can see kind of where you're moving in relative position to your actual video game feet. And that makes a difference depending on how you are kicking the board, or how you're like popping up for an ollie, depending on which stance you're in. It does matter. Like if your front foot is forward, you cannot just push the front foot backwards to do an ollie. You have to make sure that's your right foot. And if you're switch stance, you have to reverse it. So it's realistic in that aspect.
That sounds interesting.
I did not care for it in Session, but Session does it a little differently. Sk8er XL felt better. I adapted to it quicker, but once you get over the initial, like, oh, I can do some pretty cool tricks in this fun, different way, it kind of like, that's it. You're done. So for me, it's a short experience. I would love for them to add stuff to it. But to be honest, it's going to have to be something that tells me what to do. Like, there are challenges.
Some sort of story.
Some sort of story would be perfect. Or I don't know, anything. Like, you can go to a challenges menu, but it's like, oh, do this trick in a grind. But if you do it, then you don't get anything. You just tick it off a to-do list, but the to-do list means nothing. So it's too much of a real thing, in my opinion. But the achievements, if you are interested in that, which if you're listening to this podcast, you probably are.
100%.
They are mostly easy. Well,
that's at least a good thing.
In like an hour to an hour and a half, you can get 19 out of the 22 achievements, 640 gamer score. And that's for doing random things like a 900, push 100 times, 10 meters in the air, jump out of a grind into another grind. Very easy stuff like that. Like the one that took me the longest out of the ones that I have unlocked is, besides bail 1,000 times, which you can spawn yourself in the middle of a rail and you'll just keep falling over and over and over. So that's an idle thing.
Is that something that like you can glitch to do, or is that actually like, this is programmed in the game to be able to do?
I mean,
to be able to spawn where you can spawn.
I ended up in a perpetual falling stance more than once, naturally playing the game. But if you can't do that for some reason, you can choose your spawn point. But like one of the most technical things was you had to do 10 tray flips in a row. So that's a specific a specific thumbstick combination between the two that you have to do 10 times perfectly. That one, it's probably, that one's going to take you a little bit of time. Outside of that, you have 3 big achievements that I should probably mention.
I see one of them.
One is you need a manual for an hour. Now, manual works just like you think it would. Barely hold the left thumbstick back. I haven't done it yet just because I haven't. My nephew hasn't wanted to do it yet. But it's as simple as holding down the thumbstick halfway for an hour. It's cumulative. You don't have to do it all at once, but it's that. Kind of crappy achievement if you ask me compared to the other stuff, how quick it is, but it's there. But if you really want to talk crap, you go to the next achievement, which is travel over, this is the achievement description, 40.075 kilometers in total. Now, they don't mean 40 kilometers. They mean 40,000 kilometers, I believe, because the achievement title is around the world, and that happens to be the circumference of the world. So it's just the way that it looks. But what that equates to in in-game time with people doing the math and doing what they can, it equaled to over 2,000 hours of idling this.
I'm sorry. How long?
Over 2,000. There has been a glitch that is discovered that includes this spawn point, and you have to hold your triggers or rubber band them in a certain way, and it lowers it to like 200 hours. But that's like not 200 hours of you playing the game. It's 200 hours of you kind of glitching distance that 7 people have unlocked, all within the past like 24 hours. So this is a new thing that has popped up.
Have you tried
Something
it?
there doesn't seem right.
I haven't tried it myself, but there's that.
I think I saw that it'll work for like 8 hours and then it crashes out.
Yeah, people have reported that for some reason extended amounts of time will crash the game, and then you lose all your progress. So it kind of sucks all around.
I do like the name of the last achievement, though.
Okay, so the last achievement that I haven't mentioned is called Achievement Hunter for unlocking all of the achievements in Sk8er XL. Now, until the past 24 hours, we assumed that, it's nobody's got it because nobody has done this glitch for multiple hundreds of hours to get the distance. Well, those 7 people do not have this achievement. And a official forum post has gone up saying that it is glitched.
Wonderful.
So it's kind of like strike 2 and 3 for this game. I do think it's a good game, but maybe not for its asking price. Definitely not for a completionist. You're going to want to stick away. But if you're a skateboarding fan, maybe give it a try on at least a 50% off sale. It's a very short experience all around.
It's $40?
It is $40. $40.
That's kind of crazy.
For each kilometer you have to get in the game.
For every 1,000 kilometers.
I was going to say for every 1,000 kilometers. So the genres is sport and skateboarding. Do you think like sandbox should be in there as well?
Sandbox would work, but I think simulation would also work as well, to be honest. It just makes me more excited for Tony Hawk because, I kind of already know what we're getting since it's a remaster, but some games you just need to have fun in, and they don't need to be super realistic.
Agree.
Car guys like Forza, skateboarding guys probably like this, but Forza Horizon is what gets me. Tony Hawk's is going to surpass this. It just needs to be more video gamey. Like we don't need to get in the real world to play skateboarding. We need to stay in the video game world. That's where we choose to consume this kind of media. So that's just my opinion. It's my hot take. Yeah,
I want to go to space playing a Spider-Man while doing like a 3600 kickflip
with a dragon flying around.
With a dragon flying around
and a Kiss concert going on.
Oh, I can't wait for Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
When's that come out
but
again?
that we're less than a month away from Tony Hawk. It's like September 4th. If you want to see some quick gameplay, there is a Twitch VOD out there. I will be posting a review on YouTube with some gameplay, so you can look for that. But yeah, Sk8er XL is definitely hopefully it's an in-progress story. The devs have not been super responsive of achievement hunters, at least. So we can hope that
Shocker.
they're silently fixing things and making it better, but it's not looking too good right now.
Well, that sucks. All right, well, let's go on. Elle, what have you been playing? What would you like to talk about?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know. Hence the name. Hence the question.
Oh. Well, thanks to this month's Chewy Challenge King of the Red Ring, we have been mired in 360 games. Of course, I added a lot of 360 games to my RTDL, and this little old arcade game called Hardwood Backgammon came up.
Oh, I should invite you. I should introduce you to my mother-in-law. She loves that game.
I have no idea how to play this.
Well, I wish your mother-in-law was there, because I was just going to say I don't know the rules of backgammon. But the person I played with did, thankfully.
Was it Michelle?
The person is not Michelle.
Good guess, though.
It was a good guess. So I was away this weekend, and I came back Sunday, and the person I told I was going to play hit me up in the afternoon, and that person is Big Ell 72. And I wanted to say, can we do it later? But I remembered he is in the UK, and he's 5 hours later, so I was like, all right, let's just do this. So on my RTDL, I needed the achievement for called Mega Streaker, which was win 25 consecutive games, and you could do this in single player or Xbox Live. And
That seems easy to get.
It was I was a little nervous because it has the buggy flag on TA. And in reading the comments, people said, well, you got to do it in one sitting, but maybe it won't work online, and maybe you got to do it on single player. But I'm happy to report that it worked for both of us right away. I did want to say, for starters, that I have this weird little Xbox Live Arcade unplugged disc. And
I'm sorry, you have a what?
It's a disc, and it has 6 Xbox Live Arcade games on it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
It's a disc. You want me to send you a disc pic?
He's too young to remember
you can.
those.
Okay.
I have a lot back there.
So it has Bejeweled 2, which I have played a lot, but still haven't unlocked an achievement in it. That is like a 200-hour plus game that only crazy people do. Geometry Wars, which I stink at. So it's got Hardwood Backgammon, Outpost Coloki X, Texas Hold'em, and Wick and the Fable of Souls. Now, what's interesting is that if you have an Xbox One, 4 of the 6 games are backwards compatible. So if you put in the disc, it'll automatically download those 4 games to your Xbox One, which is pretty cool. So I believe those 4 are Bejeweled 2, Geometry Wars, Backgammon, and Texas Hold'em.
Nice.
So now that that's out of the way, I didn't realize I was in a competition with Mr. Weasel Pizza, but I was going to say that this game went on my tag in 2008, and I got the completion. So it was 4,599 days later.
Whoa.
How many months is that?
How many years is that?
It was 12 years, 2008 to 2020. That I could do. That math I did. So the completion estimate on TA is 3 to 4 hours, but Big Ell 72 did not have this game on his tag at all, and we knocked out the whole thing for him and got all the achievements I needed as well in 2 hours.
Wow.
Oh, not bad.
That's actually really quick. I'm just shocked the servers are still up on this game, considering it was released in 2005.
Right?
Yeah, I actually was talking about that with him. I'm like, yeah, You see what happens? They can leave servers up for things. But I guess that's the difference between peer-to-peer, maybe? Like, I don't know how that works. But we were talking about that during, they close off EA games in a couple years, and then this stuff is up for 15 years. So
Yeah,
the servers were working.
It's just crazy. Yeah, I didn't even know that I have played and completed this game, but yeah, apparently I did that back in December of 2011.
Oh, jeez. Good memory. Yeah, so you got to win 10 games, win 25 games, and then the kicker is to play 100 games. Now, there's no actual quit-out method, but what you can do is offer a double dice, and then if the person declines, they wind up losing, so you just do that 100 times. The hardest one was it was called Bar Baron, to get 4 of your opponent's checkers on the bar at once. So I didn't know what I was doing. He was trying to walk me through it. Bless that bloke. He was telling me what to do. I had to move my pieces in such a way where they were just singles so they could be captured. So we eventually got that done. So thank you to Ben L72. We got it done. And it wound up helping me keep me in the CheevWhiz challenge for the Red Ring.
King of the Red Ring?
Yeah, that one.
You know.
And
One of
now,
these
I was just trying to remember what CCC stood for. I got stumped there, so I went on to the next thing, and I got stumped there too. So thanks.
yeah, you helped Ben L go on to, now he faces Mr. pTart this week.
Oh, yes. And Ben L also witnessed history, but more on that during milestones.
Oh.
But, compare the 4,599 days to the game I completed before that, which was the Rattle Like a Game Gun Crazy, which took me 21 minutes. And embarrassingly, I died in that game before the second level, so if you don't die, you probably could do it in like 10 minutes. But I'm pretty sure Wakapeil has a review on that game coming up later in the show, so I don't want to steal his thunder, but I'm really curious what he has to say beyond hold down X and kill the stuff and get 1,000 gamer score.
Well, sometimes that's all you need.
So there's definitely something out there for everybody. So, but if you need help with Hardwood Backgammon, ask Ben L72. He'll help you out. Because the last achievements were... No, don't ask me. You have to... The 4 achievements, I have no idea what they mean. Are win with a backgammon, win with a gammon, and then there's something called pips. You got to win with 50 pips and 75 pips. Luckily, the game, he just beat me in a game randomly, and he got the 50 pips to 75 pips and the backgammon. And then we figured out what a gammon was after that.
I'm sure these are Googleable.
Or maybe there's
Yeah,
guides
if you're a
on
grandma,
a
you
site
could do that.
that
No,
might help you.
I looked at the guides, and they were not great. But anyway, that was it's nice to get something off your tag like that you started 12 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
was a simple
it's about time to complete it. Why not?
Did you do anything, Corey? I mean, did
Yeah,
you
played
do anything,
Sk8er XL.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you guys apart.
Oh, man. So, yeah, so I got a game. You're talking about the
that was for you,
King of the
Sarah.
Red Ring a bunch. So, let me say this first. I played New Rally X. Arcade game, $5, and I knew it was an easy completion, and it's a 200 pointer, so it's like, okay, so this will be a bunch of points for the King of the Red Ring. So when I actually bought this, I was thinking this was Rally X, and then when I loaded it up, much to my pleasure, I saw it's like, oh, this is this one. So I actually like this arcade game. Elle and Nate, I'm glad you guys are here because you could probably actually talk about this and you actually know about it a little bit more since you're old. But
Whoa.
You guys probably played this, when it launched in 1981.
something like that.
It was in black and white on a 3-inch screen.
Yeah, this is
Played on
actually.
graph paper.
I haven't played a lot of arcade games, but I do like
And
this
it's
one.
not colorful.
I had this on I want to say it was like PlayStation or something, and it had like a whole bunch of old time arcade games. So I had like this and Galaga and actually Rally X and Pac-Man and stuff like that. And like I said, this was one that I actually enjoy. I was never good at the game. I'm still not good at it, but it's at least easy enough to complete because as you get to a certain level, you can just keep starting from there. So like a bunch of the different achievements is, clear round 4, clear round 12, 8, 16. So all you gotta do really is make sure that your 3 lives, you get past each level with 3 lives, and then you just pick up if you die. So it's no big deal. There's just a couple of miscellaneous stuff. However, my problem with this game is that Microsoft doesn't want you to, play this on live. And like, let's say, I don't know, let's speaking hypothetically here, you need achievements with timestamps, and the stupid Xbox 360 doesn't want backwards compatible bullcrap, doesn't want to connect to Xbox Live, and you earn all but 2 achievements in this game. None of them count for said contest.
Oh, that's your fault for not checking, my friend.
It's so stupid.
It's your fault for not checking.
Don't you know from your days in the 360 that it's finicky, and whenever it says disconnected, you have to make sure you're reconnected?
I didn't see the
disconnected part. I check incessantly for every achievement.
Incessantly.
And if you're on the 1, you press start and select, and that's what they're called, damn it, together, and you see the 360 menu, and you can see.
See, I know that. Like, the game I played this before this was Virtual Troopers OT. No problems. Connected the whole time. Toy Box Turbos. No problems. Connected the whole time. New Rally X. Here's 2 middle fingers. I'm not connecting.
Yeah. Usually it doesn't disconnect. It just doesn't start connected. That's usually what happens. You gotta check.
Everything else started connected. This one just didn't want to start connected for some reason.
So, Kenny, you said this was an easy game, right?
Uh-oh.
Easy completion.
Hit him with it, because I was going there next.
You didn't complete it.
Yes, because I started to realize, looking at the CheevWhiz channel and Discord, discord.io/h101, that none of my achievements were counting. I'm not going to play just some stupid easy game just for the points. If I'm playing the easy games for points, it's for a contest.
Those were 50 gamer scores times multiplier.
Well, these weren't counting for me. So it's like, oh, well, if they're not going to count for me, and the little bit of points I would have got that was left in it, what is it?
50.
50 times 4. So 200 points wasn't going to save me. So you know what? The heck with it. I'll probably go back to it just to clear the 2 out, just to get it, done with. But I was annoyed yesterday, so it's like I didn't want to play it no more. It wasn't going to count.
Why don't you just tell us how you really feel, and then just put a long censor?
Sure.
Smalling on it, Mr. Krabs, Yugga Hugga Mergen Wallet, Zipping Bibbing Spin, Ribbing Flipping Jibber Shipper, Mr. Krabs Wallet.
Whoa, Kenny, that was a little much.
Wow, yeah, you curse more than L.
Yeah.
Add real censor here.
Oops.
It was dumb. This is stupid.
It's okay,
but,
Kenny.
Like I said, I at least enjoyed playing it. It wasn't a game that I just wanted to pull my hair out.
No, and I surprisingly have not actually played this one, so you kind of piqued my interest. But I will make sure I'm online when I play, though.
Sport. Especially if you're still in King of the Red Ring.
Oh, I got eliminated round 1.
Well, never mind. I was going to say it's an easy 800 points if you're online.
At least you gave us a PSA out of all of this. So I'll double pay attention now.
Yes, always pay attention. Stupid 360. But for that, I think that ends the game showcase this week. Let's get on to some news. First thing that we're going to talk about is Microsoft ends testing for xCloud on iOS, and Apple also kind of gives the middle finger to Microsoft because they're Apple. So specifically, if I know at least Nate and Corey have been in Project xCloud, the preview program, for the past couple of months. Corey, it's never really worked for you. Nate, you've had mixed experiences. Mm-hmm. They have recently ended the preview program on iOS, and Android. It's going down. It's going down 9/11, and
bad timing.
Yeah, right. And then come the 15th, it'll actually be back up in full launch, and then that's when Game Pass comes with xCloud for Android users. Not for you filthy Apple users. You don't get it. So Apple basically just doesn't want to play nice with this kind of stuff. The way they want it set up is, if you want to have this kind of service on their platform, every single game needs to be an app. That's, kind of just simplifying it. But yeah, with the Apple terms of service, xCloud and all this will not be on iOS until everyone pressures and something breaks through one way or the other.
Yeah, so you know why this is?
Why is that?
Because they have Apple Game Pass. Arcade. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is no different than Netflix, right? Netflix doesn't have to list every movie or TV show individually. So,
right.
But they don't have their own, or at least they didn't at the time. They didn't have their own Apple TV stuff. But they have their own arcade stuff already set in stone, so they can kind of choose their own ruling here, but we'll see how the gamers react.
Yeah, I can't imagine that this is going to go over positive for Apple. I imagine eventually there's going to be some sort of agreement reached between the two companies, and it's going to be able to go through. But then again, Apple has, other than, pleasing their customers, they don't necessarily want another game company on their platform because, it takes away from their sales, which I get. I understand that, but
this is also affecting Stadia as well.
Yes. So this all this ruling went into effect shortly before Stadia launched, which I imagine was the real reason why Apple created these terms of service, just to kind of shut down Stadia from being able to launch on their platform, because Google is really direct out competition to Apple, especially in the cell phone market. Microsoft obviously is contest, but that's more computers. In the cell phone market, Google and Apple are definitely competitors.
Yeah, so I'm an iPhone person. That kind of sucks.
Well, get a real phone.
Right?
I mean,
Samsung just put up an article on it. We don't have it in our show notes or anything, but they're partnering with Microsoft to put out a phone and a phone plan that has like Xbox gaming as part of it. So you'll get your phone. I think it's the Galaxy Note S, or the Galaxy S20 and the Note 20 or whatever. I don't know. And you'll also get a couple months of Game Pass with the game streaming, and you get a garbage controller that's not Microsoft. It comes with it. But I mean, all those things sound pretty good when
that's really
iOS
enticing.
just says no.
And it's a superior phone anyways.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they had cut and paste for like a decade before iOS. They invented it.
Yes, they absolutely did invent it.
Like, I'll be honest, I like the Apple products. I think it's a good phone. I like the tablet. Like, I have an iPad. And I've had Apple phones for the longest time, but I'll be honest, Apple itself, the company, is what turned me off and basically pushed me to get a Samsung phone. That, and also Samsung phones, the screen is way bigger. So that's so nice.
That's what she said.
It is. It is because I'm blind.
Yes. Daredevil.
Sort of close. Sort of kind of, but without the superpowers. Nate, why don't you head up the next news story?
Or like,
oh my gosh. So if you weren't
This should be
already
good.
mad enough at a company for stupid policies,
Ain't that the truth?
Sony has pulled out the Spider-Man card again, and they're now listing additional advantages for PS5 and PS4. I guess it's
Good
PS4
save.
as well. Man, I've been murdering that lately. For Marvel's Avengers. So if you happen to be a PlayStation player, gamer, and you
Gross.
purchase this Marvel's Avengers game, you get bonuses that Xbox players don't get. You get 30-day exclusive access to new cosmetics. Now, this doesn't mean that you get the cosmetics. This just gives you access to purchase them. So I like that better than just them just getting it. Access to a legendary outfit, legendary emote, epic takedown, and nameplate for each superhero added to the game before other platformers. So, platformers? That must be platforms. So if you're PlayStation, you'll be running around with all the cool stuff, and you have access to purchase it before everyone else and make the Xbox gamers jealous. PS Plus people will get a free bundle of cosmetics and in-game currency as every new character is added, including a rare outfit and 100 credits. So I guess that's how you buy your stuff. Yeah. And PS Plus subs also get a free Miss Marvel bundle that I guess Xbox doesn't get. They have to pay for. And PlayStation pre-orders get earlier access to the beta by a week than Xbox pre-orders. I think they get in for 2 days, maybe 3 days, 1 week before Xbox and PC players.
So most of
pre-purchasers.
that is, it's like, fine, that we can deal with that. We've done it before. It
Right.
happens. Surely they wouldn't do anything else to shake it up.
Well, they also get the Spider-Man. We don't get the Spider-Man.
You haven't mentioned that one yet. I was trying
Well,
to.
that was last week, I think, is when they did that. But that is a big. Now they've said, and they being Square Enix, I think has said that Spider-Man is the only exclusive character, and that's just because of the Sony deal.
This is so like how Corey was saying, getting stuff a little bit earlier because the access to all the legendary and stuff like that on before other platformers, there's not an actual date of how long it's going to be, but let's just assume it's 30 days, kind of like the cosmetics. That's not that big of a deal, I get it. There's going to be some exclusives. Whatever. The stuff that really is kind of crappy is the PlayStation Plus getting actual in-game currency and stuff like that, and all the cosmetics for free, whereas everybody else has to buy them. That's kind of messed up, and that's also not even just talking about Spider-Man, who is probably the biggest superhero on the planet right now. Everybody likes Spider-Man. Him being an exclusive character really sucks, not just as an Xbox not just as an Xbox guy, but just as the community as a whole. Because assuming that there's crossplay, assuming there's crossplay, what's going to happen? Your Xbox and their PC friends and their PlayStation friends are all playing, and all of a sudden here comes Spider-Man swinging through. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure crossplay has been confirmed, and that's really the nail in the coffin here, because I've played Destiny. They had year-long exclusive content. I could deal with timed content. But literally, I cannot play as one of my favorite superheroes when that person can. I can't deal with that. Can't do it.
And as another reason why it really is messed up, in this world, I imagine there's going to be a kind of like a Thor-related quest or Iron Man-related quest or whatever. And then Spider-Man, since he is only for PlayStation, he's only ever basically going to be a cosmetic, in quotes, item, because there's no way they can actually work Spider-Man into the story, because then it just doesn't work for Xbox and PC players. So now, because of that stupid exclusive deal, everyone's kind of getting hurt because of the story.
Yeah, I mean they're getting actual content that you as an Xbox player won't even be able to purchase.
Yeah. And I get it. Like Sony's the market leader. They're the top dog, so they're able to pull these kind of strings. You know, they already have the deal with Spider-Man. So,
do you not know how much money Microsoft has? They could afford it.
Oh no, I'm not saying they can't afford it. They absolutely can. But you know, Sony already has it. So, I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint for Sony to do this. But it's still crappy for the consumer. What hurts one of us hurts all of us.
So,
to a point anyway.
That kind of segues to our community question this week from Hawkeyeberry20. He said, Sony made some people upset by having Spider-Man a console-exclusive character in the upcoming Avengers game. I'm also reading rumors that this will be nothing compared to the big games Sony will have timed exclusive deals with. If true, is this something Xbox will want to invest in or just completely ignore? So since Sony has the chops to do it, and they are seemingly going to be doing this with other games, does Xbox need to?
I'll let you all answer before I go, because I know what I think. I'm kind of mixed opinion.
You know what you think. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I will go. So while I don't like the practice, it's a great business move on Sony. I can't knock them for that part about it. And I mean, all is fair in love and war, and Xbox is being a little soft, I think. If Sony's going to do it, I do think Xbox needs to be just as aggressive, and unless there's an agreement for them to stop, which there won't ever be, then they have to do what's right for the business and make those same kind of moves for themselves, is my personal opinion.
Yeah. So if Microsoft makes those moves, they've got to be meaningful.
They do, for sure.
Yeah. So if they go to compete toe-to-toe with Sony and say, oh, okay, we're going to pay for exclusive content, we're going to pay for whatever, it's got to be impressive. Like if they just get some garbage like Chester Cheetah on, I don't know, some platformer, that's not, well, although that does sound
it does sound awesome.
That would not be great.
This sounds pretty good.
Well, I mean, okay, so if he goes up against Spider-Man, who are you going to pick? Chester Cheetah?
Dash of Destruction, Cheeto skin.
Okay. All right.
That sounds pretty good.
Whatever they do, if they've got to go whole hog. You know, they've really got to go for it if they're doing it. I think it's a crappy practice, and I hate it, and I would love to just have them just say, no, we're not going to do it. It goes to everybody. And maybe it's just Spider-Man. So I don't know what this rumor is of other upcoming large exclusive deals. I don't know what any of that is. I haven't heard whispers of it even. I haven't really been looking, but that would suck, and I didn't like it before, and I won't like it in the future.
Sarah, do you have any thoughts on this?
Not really. I really am not into superhero games. Sorry, guys.
Spit take me.
Who vetted her?
I mean, I think the question being asked doesn't have to be with this game in particular, just anything like that where one or the other is going to have something exclusive and the other one's going to be missing out, correct?
I mean, it sucks, but unfortunately, that's just part of their marketing. They are able to grab something that will hopefully lure people to, one side or the other. I mean, it sucks, being on the Xbox side and not having access to the PS stuff, but it's just kind of the way it goes.
What was that one? I don't remember which version of Soul Calibur it was, but
that's funny that you say that. I'm looking that up right now.
Yeah,
it's like 2 or 3 or something.
So Soul Calibur 2.
3.
No, it's 2.
Okay.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. So the GameCube version had Link, the Xbox version had Spawn, and the PlayStation version had Heihachi from Tekken. And all things being equal, with no achievements, you would probably pick the version where you thought the bonus character was coolest, or you would pick whichever controller you liked the best to play a fighting game, right? You probably, even if you liked Link, I don't know if you would want to play Soul Calibur on that GameCube controller, but
no.
But it's funny that you said that, because that was the thing I thought of too, and that was so long ago.
Yeah, it's the first thing I think of. It's just like
20 years ago.
Yeah. No, don't tell me that. You could have left that out.
If it was GameCube, it must have been.
It was a bad practice then, and it still is now, but at least everybody got something, and you could pick which one you wanted.
In that case, people might get more than one.
That too. But this one, you're paying $60 for this game, they're paying $60 for that game, and they get a whole piece of content that you will not get ever. And you can see them as they're doing their content.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
The worst part.
Yeah.
Just rubbing it under your nose. Yep.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong, I like exclusives on the Xbox and on the PlayStation. I think both consoles, and I guess we can throw Nintendo in there, but they're really not a part of this conversation. Consoles need exclusives. The exclusives, helps create contest or competition. Competition makes both platforms better as a whole. And with this, I'm kind of between two minds, with Hawkeye's question. So Microsoft's whole business strategy here recently was, we're 100% for the gamers. You play what you want where you want to play it. We're going to do everything for you. Be a part of our ecosystem. We're the good guy. So coming out and having exclusive content, let's say Xbox gets, I couldn't say Miss Marvel. Let's say they get the Guardians. Xbox gets the Guardians, PlayStation doesn't get it. While part of me goes, yes, that's exactly what Microsoft should do, because Sony's doing it, so therefore we need to do it to help, keep that competition going, because if everything just keeps going to Sony, there's no reason to buy an Xbox if there's no good exclusives. We've been saying that for all the Xbox One era, and that's why PlayStation 4 mopped the floor with them. So while I do want some sort of an exclusive, some good things like that, this is a bad business practice, and I really don't like exclusives within games. Timed exclusives, I guess it just depends on how long it is. For this, it's a month. That's not that big of a deal. PlayStation had Crash Bandicoot and Spyro for a little bit before Xbox. Whatever. One situation that really sticks out in my head was Destiny. I just lost it. There was a gun in Destiny that PlayStation actually got access to for an entire year.
Oh, they had a gun. They had a strike. They had something else, like emblems and stuff.
Right. Well,
armor.
Emblems meant nothing. The gun is the main one. Because when the gun first came out, it was OP. It was broken. So it made it very easy to go through all the different strikes and the missions. So PlayStation got that massive advantage like that. Well, by the time it got to Xbox, it had done been fixed. It got nerfed severely, and it got nerfed to the point where it was just another gun. It was nothing special, especially because at that point, everyone's light levels were so much higher, so it just wasn't a good gun, even if it had remained OP. So Xbox basically never got to play with any of that. A year is a long time. I think that's too much. That's kind of wrong. A month, like I said.
But there was never cross-play in Destiny either.
Yeah. If there was, it would have made it that much more egregious. I think, in all honesty, I'm like 60-40 in favor of Microsoft making these big moves, getting some sort of exclusive content, even though that is very much against kind of like what their business model is going into the Series X.
I think it's worse when you bring in third parties. There's first party exclusives. That happens all the time. When you're talking about third party, especially now with cross-platform, the exclusivity pieces are getting a little... It's getting a little much for these games. Yeah. And I hope that... I mean, this sounds worse than I wanted to sound, but I hope they suffer a bit from it. The part, like vote with your wallet,
I kind of agree.
The part that will bite you, though, is, they'll say, this game didn't sell well on Xbox, so if we make a sequel, why publish it on Xbox, you know? So, you know, you got to pick your battles there.
I mean, honestly, I don't think the game looks that good to begin with, so there's that. Unless this comes to Game Pass, I'm probably not going to play it.
This was going to be my Friday night's session's new game. We just finished Minecraft Dungeons, and we've actually I don't know if it was all for this reason, but we had a few weeks, and so we just actually picked a different game. We went a different direction, and so we won't be getting it at least for a while, it seems.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask that we go around real quickly and say if this changed. Were you interested in this game? Are you less interested? But I think, yeah, it's a pretty easy question, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't interested. Now I'm even less interested.
Yeah,
I'd still play a 4-player co-op. Doesn't bother me. I'm sure there's still plenty of characters.
If you see me playing it, it's only because game share. I will not pay money for this game.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to come as a shock to you guys. I probably am not going to play this game.
Come on, Sarah.
What? Golly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a puzzle. There's no visual novel.
There's no cats that we know of.
Exactly.
It's a superhero simulation.
Wait, this just in. The Xbox version of the Avengers has Viva Pinata cameos. And Banjo-Kazooie. Thanks, Rare. Now you're going to play?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's got to be colorful, cute, pinatas. Yep, you hit on all the right... And cats. So.
Is there a cat? There's got to be a cat. Black cat? No.
I would say Black Cat's about the closest you got.
Catwoman? Wait, wrong.
DC.
All right, thank you for the question, Hawkeye.
Well, nobody's spending their money on that, so let's see what we are spending our money on. Corey, you got anything you're picking up on the sales this week?
It says not applicable.
Oh,
I was just letting you talk about how bad it is, but if you don't want to say it sucks, Ell, how about you?
I thought NA meant North American. All right. I've already played and completed these 2 games. I recommend very highly Bombfest. It is $2, 3 to 4 hours. I remember there was just one RNG achievement to roll doubles twice, but other than that, it's a good time. 4 controllers. Bomb your friends or bomb yourself if you don't have any friends. We'll leave that one alone. Riddled Corpses EX is also $2. I love this game. I'm not really a huge roguelite fan. 8 to 10 hours. You're going to die a lot, but you're going to have a good time. And the soundtrack is so catchy. I love it. I listen to it on Spotify, and I don't say that about many modern games. There's the regular version, and then when you beat the game, it unlocks a heavy metal version of all the songs, and that's also on Spotify. So, it's awesome. Do it, Kenny.
All right, then.
Metal in your face. Nate, what about you?
I am looking at Greedfall, which is $12.50 down from $50. It is role-playing, action RPG, open world. It's 60 to 80 hours and requires 2 playthroughs. So why am I looking at this? I'm looking at it for other people, not for me.
Because it's on sale?
Yes, because it's on sale.
Because he doesn't own it.
It looks like a good game.
Do you know if this is co-op, specifically online?
I'm going to say it's co-op.
He's looking for a new Friday night game.
But I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. So Whatever. I'm just guessing. It looked to me like maybe.
Maybe. Probably not person though.
I doubt it's 4-person. No, but the game does look good. It does look like it's got a lot of work has gone into it. I will say that. It does not look like a cheap RPG. It is a good looking game. Will I be playing it? Probably not right away. Yeah, so Greedfall, $12.50 down from $50. Looks interesting. I am definitely sold on Kamiko for the huge sale price of $3 down from $4.30.
Wow.
It is an action adventure. It looks very much like a retro Zelda. I took a quick look at the achievement list. It looks like you're going to have to beat the game 3 times at the very least. And because there's an achievement for beating it under 30 minutes with all 3 characters on the same save data. So it seems like it could be a quick game. Playthroughs could be quick, but you are going to have to play this game multiple times. And that looks good to me. It looks like a fun game.
Did you say the normal sale price is $4.30?
Then yes, I said it's $3 down from $4.30. You know,
that is
average,
a very odd sale price.
I don't know. Seems very common to me. $4.30.
It'd be better if it was $4.20.
Yeah. Blaze it.
Because it's 10 cents cheaper. Oh.
Kenny, is there anything you're looking to purchase besides that house, that wonderful house?
And Island Saver.
I was just about to say I'm getting Island Saver, but that's about it. The sales, nothing piques my curiosity. So, Sarah, would you recommend anything?
So yeah, the sales were rather poopy this week. And
Whoa.
I did see one. I've already played this game and completed it, and I enjoyed it. Whispering Willows. It's a 1 to 2 hour completion. It's on sale for $2.99, down from $9.99. So really good deep discount. I actually really enjoyed this game. It's an adventure game. The biggest thing that drew me in was the aesthetic of it. I just really liked the animation and the cartoon, like the style that it was drawn. It seems like something Nate would enjoy. I would assume he's probably already played this, but
yes, I've already beat that. Yep.
But yeah, fun, simple, good, cheap game.
Now I take issue with the 1 to 2 hours.
Did it take you
use
longer?
A guide?
I did.
Use a guide?
Of course, you guys know this.
There's no way you could do this in 1 to 2 hours without a guide.
Yes, you get lost very easily too.
Yes. And this is not a typical Nate game because it's horror-ish.
It is spooky.
Yeah, but I found myself enjoying it. So I was really, I don't know why. But yeah, I recommend this game as well. It's a non-typical recommendation for me. So yeah.
So yeah, it was good. Yeah, it had that element of spook without being too scary.
Now, would I get lost without a guide?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
You get lost with a guide.
The hedge maze would ruin you.
You may well is read this as 8 to 10 hours.
Corey's favorite stat to track.
Had you started this in 2010, you might be finished this year.
Damn, son. You guys
That'd be
got
really
burned.
impressive to be started in 2010.
Yeah.
Guys got jokes.
Yeah, I am looking. It did take me almost 3 hours, but like Ell, I did have it sitting open for a while.
Yeah, you see? It's a real thing. Meet Flying Hawk.
Let's continue on, and let's get into some contests, and let's start with the real reason Sarah is on, with her birthday challenge.
Yes, it is my annual birthday challenge, 2020 edition. For those who have done it before, it's it's just a plain, simple gamer score earning contest. It's a week long. I run it from the first week of September till the 8th, which is my birthday. It ends on my birthday. There are prizes for it. First place gets a retail game of their choice. 8th place gets a $20 gift card of their choice. And 29 plus 6th
Xbox,
place 29 plus 6th place gets a $10 gift card of their choice. If you need the details on the signups, go to my TA page, and I have a blog post with all the details that you need. It is on Gamertag Nation. I know it's Elroy's favorite site to search for obscure achievement information.
He also likes iHeartRadio, so this goes hand in hand. Obscure old sites.
If you don't have an account, you can go to gamertagnation.com/ refer ID equals 755.
No.
We'll put that in the show notes.
By the way, Sarah, I just signed up, so you're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Now we just need Kenny to join.
There you go.
What am I joining?
Oh.
But yeah, it's always a good time. It'd be nice to break the record of the amount of people we had last year. Last year there was 117 competitors.
Whoa. Okay,
I think I was number 40. So we still have time, right? How much time do we have to join?
You can sign up until the challenge starts, which is September 1st.
So we got time.
All right, good.
So yeah, it is on Gamertag Nation. Unfortunately, it's the only place where that I can create a custom leaderboard or for a segment of time. Even though I proposed this on the TA feedback and sent Rich a message personally about custom leaderboards, but I have not been successful.
So first place gets a game of their choice. It's pretty big. What kind of numbers are we looking about for first place?
I'd have to look at last year's. Does anybody have those handy?
Let's see. I know I went for it, but then quickly realized that was out of my league.
They definitely get very competitive.
I'm also in this leaderboard from 2014, pTart's Pretty Peeps. That is an old leaderboard.
Yes, I used to have the largest leaderboard on the site until a user by the name of Marv Mitz completely overthrew me and has the largest leaderboard by far and got the badge for having the largest leaderboard.
That Marv.
Yeah, but it's called Friends with Marv. I guess that's a takeoff of MySpace. I don't know.
But no, I actually know Marv for my 360 voice days. He's a good guy, so I won't pick on him too much.
Yeah,
well, this isn't loading, but I know we hit over 100,000, right?
I was just gonna say, you can't handle more than 5 people at a time. So
yeah, apparently you can't handle this much traffic. The website hasn't had that many visitors at once in a very long time.
All right, in 2018, first place was Irish Warrior with 24,500 gamer score.
Yes, I know he's won 2 years in a row.
Wow.
Does he not play the rest of the year?
I'm not sure, but all I know is I've mailed a game to Canada 2 years in a row.
Oh.
Yes.
That's
Here we
right.
go.
Lost one last year. Lost a mini. He put up almost 68,000.
What the crap? CheevWhiz.
And that was not part of his 100K in 3-day thing that he did either. Was it?
Gone.
It loaded up. Laos Domini got 67,995.
Yeah, he was at Achievement Fest last year too.
But that's
And
the beauty
second
about
place
this
was Inferno.
contest is that you have random placing, so you don't have to get first to win something.
Yeah, so first place was almost 68,000 and second place was 38,000. So, yeah.
Deja vu.
And look who won 8th place.
I'm guessing he said that already. Well, I heard noise going on.
I won. Who did win 8th place?
You did, Corey.
I did not win a prize last year. Mine says 9th. Mine says 9th place.
Oh, that's right. I had to give it to Smokin'
There's 2
Rocket because he was
sevenths.
literally in the 8th place.
2 7th places. Tis.
No, actually,
Rip.
no. I actually ended up giving a prize to both of the 7th place players.
You could have saved money by giving it to me.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
But yeah, I did end up just giving a prize to both of them because, I mean, how do you split a tie like that?
50-50 down the
Easy.
middle.
They did it too. They did too well. So This is Price is Right rules. No, that wouldn't work here.
That's not how this works.
You said if you get the prize, it goes to the next place. So if you tie, it should go to the next place.
Well, because, that happened in a past competition. I got 8th place. So I had to give it to the 9th place person.
Yeah, she can't win her own contest. That's
so
kind of messed up.
Anyways, my referral link will be in the show notes. You should sign up, and we'll be good.
No, I need to get to 100 referrals. I'm at 77 right now.
All right. Well, there's plenty of new people in the Discord this year that probably were not there last year. So if you hear this, you should definitely sign up. Use pTart's referral link. That's fine.
There will be some sort of referral link that someone gives to me to put in the show notes.
I'll get that to you.
Something like that. Next contest, as always, it's the Gamertag Challenge. Nate, give us a quick rundown.
Sure. Definitely not scrolling down the sheet. This month is August, and our Gamertag Challenge is Hack and Pwn. He has chosen as his chosen game, Fallout series not on PC. He is given the blessing to Fallout Shelter, so that while it's not an Xbox exclusive and it is on PC, it is allowed. It is the only one. He's avoiding console commands. The bonus is good practices. Any achievement with a number, letter, and punctuation in the title chip. It's not one of the three. It's all three because it's passwords. So limit 1 bonus per game.
All right. Well, with that, let's go into Brag Camp. And remember, if you want to be on our radar and get your milestones read, then friend the TA profile AH101 #4639. L, good. Take it away.
All right. The man that took out Little Miss Maychark in the first round of the King of the Red Ring. I got it that time. MDP 73. Yeah, you know me. 500 completions. Nicely done.
Woo! He probably picked a better game than Trax. And what was it yours again, Al?
Doom. Not Super Destron, not whatever. Land Wars. DX. What was your 500th game, MDP? Let us know. Let us know in the comments below. Oh, wait.
Well, technically this will be on YouTube, so I guess that'll work.
Or he could tell us in Discord.
Yeah.
Which would be much better.
Just go to #podcast discussion to discussion the podcast. Thank you. Completion percentage. Chesno. 20%. Right on, brother. That man is a whiz at looting, I gotta say.
He is doggone nuts at it.
That he Northern Lass, 48%. Saucy Slingo, 56%. Way to go, chaps.
All right, let's speed this up by 2x. Mike Pitch, AZ Mongoose, Chewy on Ice, Jay Black, Dark Lord Davis, Lego Head, Saban's Rothschild, ZZ Urban Spaceman, and again, MDP have all gained a point in the Streak King competition with their 10-day streaks. Heizo has hit 200 days on his win streak. Seamus McLimey, 1,400 days. And Elroy OMJ has just passed 3 years, getting an achievement every day for 3 years. I don't know anybody who has a better streak than that. Achievements
Loser.
1. The Alpha Seagull, this is our resident newcomer. He has just hit 1,000 achievements.
Woo!
I Need Toga P, 40,500 achievements.
Corey just got it.
No, I've known
Look
it.
how ready he is.
No, I've known it. That is.
No, Corey, we'll pause. You can come back.
It's lighting. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, that person has reached 4,500 achievements. One Retro Chief 6,500, Kabo 15,500, and Big Ell has reached 20,000 achievements. One.
Yeah, and that was the story I was going to tell you, that that Mr. Ben L 72 witnessed history. He was there for this, and it just happened to be the Mega Streaker achievement that I was talking about. So I may have plugged in my vision cam and shown him what a Mega Streaker really looks like.
Oh, no.
Sarah, on to you.
In gamer score, Hatton90 has reached a new milestone of 150,000 gamer score. Saucy Slingo, who wonders why I drove to Massachusetts for 15 minutes, has a new gamer score of 300,000. And ZZ Urban Spaceman has a new milestone. Did I say it wrong?
No, you did.
Okay.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Sarah.
550. I can't even say it now. 550,000 gamer score.
There's
even
550,000.
With a comma in the middle, not a period. Like those crazy Europeans.
Hey now, they make up like 8% of our Discord. Be nice to them.
And TA score, Retro Chief 1969 has reached a new milestone of 350,000 TA score. And Freaky Row has reached the same very difficult number of 550,000 true achievement score.
Well done.
Thank you.
Someone got it out.
It's not like I do math or work with numbers for a living.
I wasn't going to point that out. In leaderboards, as long as you don't make more than 550,000, she's your girl. In leaderboards, High Road Vatu is now in the top 2,000 of the True Achievement leaderboard for Automobile, because that's definitely a leaderboard. Heizo in the top 2,000 True Achievement leaderboard. Elroy OMJ.
He's pretty cool.
Is
Love
now
that
in
guy.
the top 20,000 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for Xbox 360. That's weird. Saucy Slingo is now in the top 2,000 of the USA Max Possible Completion Percentage leaderboard.
And
That's a
Patriot
thing?
Suck.
Kingsman 2625 is now in the top 50 of the USA Gamerscore leaderboard for Sandbox. And Heizo is now in the top 5 of the Arizona Games Played leaderboard. And wrapping it up, Dark Lord Dino Bull Davis is now in the top 20,000 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for arcade racing.
Way to go, Dark Lord Davis. And he may have scored decently well in the King of the Red Ring.
Well,
How
that
well did
explains
he
that.
score?
A lot.
Cool.
Like over 9,000. Over 9,000!
Is that fan service?
We'll figure this out eventually.
All right. Well, that about ends it for us. Up next, be sure to stick around for CheevWhiz with Elroy and a couple of contestants in his game show. Good. I have absolutely no idea what he is totally not ripping off for this one, but I'm sure it'll be good.
Card Sharks.
Okay, not Card Sharks. Totally not Card Sharks.
Definitely not Card Sharks.
I thought he moved on from not doing Card Sharks, but apparently he is not. So, not Card Sharks is next. I'm sure it'll be a good one. Thank you all for listening. Class is dismissed.
Bye.
It's CheevWhiz with Elroy OMJ. Here he is now.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of CheevWhiz. This show is in no way Card Sharks. This is not Card Sharks. Episode 3. Joining me today is pTart.
Hey.
How's it going? It says that this is your second time on CheevWhiz.
Yes, I hope to redeem myself from last time. It doesn't look like I can go in the negative this time, so that's already a better start.
That's right. That's for those of you don't remember her very memorable first appearance. It's in the archive somewhere. I'm sure she knows the episode exactly and will not tell you. Her opponent today is Alex R. Davies.
Hey.
It says here that you are a podcast virgin.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Never before been on a podcast. It was fun just hearing you switch into podcast voice when we started recording.
Well, I just wanted to make sure I didn't drag my numbers because I hear that you don't like that. So,
Fun fact, speaking of numbers, Elroy, he is also an accountant.
Oh gosh, y'all are gonna team up on me here.
All the best people are.
Well, y'all are gonna love this this numbering system. Then, it's very exact. And also, a fun fact is that I believe pTart, you brought Alex to us, so this is like you brought the lamb to the slaughter. Is that an accurate?
Yeah, like initially I thought it was a vote of confidence, right? I'd had great time hanging out with this person, found a wonderful community of gamers, thought I'd been welcomed. Turned out I'm only here so she can get a winning record in CheevWhiz.
Well, this would bring her to 500, and she's still got a long way to go.
Well, I hope it was worth it.
All right, so for those of you that haven't listened to the other episodes, this game show that is in no way Card Sharks, we have questions, and once the question is answered, we'll let pTart guess first, and upon her guess, then Alex will guess if the actual answer is higher or lower. Whoever gets it right then gets control of the board. Now, the board consists of 12 squares that they have to move across, and it represents a scoring system that I hold very dear to my heart. It is the ACA grading system. So it goes from 80 to 160, 240, 320, 400, 480, 560, 640, 720, which is normally the gentleman's completion. But today we're going to go even further. We're going to add in the 800, the 900, and the 1000 for the full completion. And the reason for that is because this is a completion themed episode. I handpicked my contestants so that I could get 2 individuals on here that are all about the completion, so they have no excuse. This should be within their wheelhouse. Further, all the games that they will be using are going to be games that they both mutually have played.
Oh,
gee.
I've got a chance then. I'd assumed I was out of this.
This was not games that you've never heard of. This should be in y'all's wheelhouse. So this could go really quick or maybe not. So once someone gets the correct answer, they get control of the board. They will be given a game, then and the completion percentage. And so then they will have to guess whether the next card that is flipped over has a higher or lower completion percentage. And by completion percentage, that is as of tracked gamers on True Achievement. So, if 10 people have started the game and 5 have completed it, then you have a 50% completion rate, something like that. And some of the games I play are, that would...
You're a 99%er, Elroy.
Yeah, right. So,
wait, Peter, are you throwing shade on him for playing easy games?
Yes.
Do you not remember that Milestone Musings? That cornucopia of just wonderful completions that you had.
Oh, wait, she had better taste than you. I mean, she was trying to talk about all her wonderful games. You just wanted to bang on about ACAs.
Yes, I'm still expecting her to add some of those to her tag, but maybe after being more acquainted with this ACA grading system, she'll just feel the need and just, be consumed by it and want nothing more than ACA in her life. So, or not. Now, once you guess, and if it is correct, you get the next square. I feel like I've been explaining the rules for 5 minutes here. So pTart guesses it's correct. She would then move on to 80 gamer score. Then she can keep going, and she can guess the next one. If she gets that right, she moves on to 160 gamer score. And then in the next one, if she gets it right, she moves on to 240. Let's say she's getting a little nervous at that point. She can say freeze at any point, and that will freeze the board. And then she will start at 240 if next time she gets a crack at the board. She cannot go below 240. Now, if she is at 240 and she guesses incorrectly on the next question, which would be for 320, then she goes all the way back to the start or where her last freeze point was. Also, as punishment for failing, her opponent then would get a crack at the board, and the process continues. Y'all get the hang of it. It's pretty easy. And no way card sharks. So, y'all ready for the first question?
I've got one rules question first. So do we
Yes.
do we play our freeze before we've heard what our game to compare with is, or do we have to do it after?
I will tell you what the game to compare is, and you can freeze after.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Okay. Now, question 1. This question is to pTart,
Good luck.
our reigning CheevWhiz veteran here. Now,
My
key.
My
Go
performance was
ahead.
worse than Dynable. So.
Oh, that's definitely the standard. If you asked him what he thought about his performance, I'm sure he would say something like, "Yep." Okay.
Didn't really have to
So-
perform, just showed up.
That's right. All right, question 1 to you, pTart. The key to a good completionist is picking the right battle. One way to do so is to play games that are viewed by the TA community as quick completions. The quickest of these gyms are designated with a 0 to 1 hour completion time. Also my favorites. If you were going on a completion bender and were able to average one of these games each hour, how many days would you need to play in order to completely exhaust the complete game catalog of games estimated to have a 0 to 1 hour completion estimate as of a few days ago?
Okay, so pretty much you want the total, and then how many days that fits into.
Yes, it can.
That's a nice question.
Okay, so according to the most recent podcast, there's around 70 rats.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 100
Now,
and
are
I
all
guess
those rats
20
0 to 1s?
ACAs, and I think there's a few other miscellaneous. We'll just do 20 for miscellaneous. So let's see here. That brings my total to 210.
You are truly an accountant.
Gonna have to bust out my calculator here.
Oh, wow. Very exact.
Let's see here. 70 plus 120. Sorry. And
Oh,
divided by
good.
24.
This is
All right.
this is
I have
fascinating to hear your thought
8.75
process
days.
here. I'm sorry, say it again?
8.75 days. So should I round that to
8.75.
9?
Nah, I mean, you can give me days and hours if you like.
8 days.
Wouldn't set 0.75 of a day be 3/4 of a day? So that would be 18 hours?
Yep.
Okay.
8 days and 18 hours.
Okay, 8 days, 18 hours. This makes me think of rawkerdude's math with the kilometers where you just added a bit and it was like dead on. That was amazing. Not that you are. So, Alex.
That's
is the
exactly how I
real
would have
answer?
approached it as well. I've got a quick question for you. When you say the amount of time it takes, because they're 0 to 1 completions, are you assuming an average half an hour per game?
Well, in the question it says, if you went on a completion bender and were able to average one of these games each hour.
Oh, it is 1 per hour. Okay. In which case, I trust pTart's math, so it's just, do I think 210 is too high or too low? I reckon, because we've started from a point of just specific kinds of games she can think of, she's more likely to be too low there. There's going to be some she hasn't thought of. So let's say the actual answer is higher.
Okay. pTart, you said 8 days and 18 hours. Alex, you said the actual answer was higher. The correct answer is 11 days and 7 hours.
Dang it.
There is 271 of these gyms. Whew. As a few days ago. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of them I've played, but it's probably a lot. So, all right. Now, Mr. Alex, we flip over your first card, and you have Minesweeper Windows 8.
Okay. When we talk
has
completion times, we're doing with or without DLC completion percentages.
It is without DLC, I think, because that's how it's tracked. I think that's how it's kept track of on TA, I believe.
I think it depends on your settings. So if you're a cretin who uses the no DLC setting, then yes, that's how it would appear to you.
Well, I am said person, so there you go.
Okay.
So it is 15%, in case you're curious. So you are comparing that to, for 80 gamer score, is Minesweeper Win 8 percentage higher or lower than Riverbond?
Ooh. Riverbond, great fun, by the way. If you haven't played it, go do it. I reckon at 15%, that's probably with the title update and everything, I reckon Riverbond will have a higher completion percentage than that.
Okay. So you said Minesweeper Win 8, 15%. Is Riverbond higher? Yes, it is.
Yay!
33%.
A few people have trouble finding some of the collectibles, but honestly, it's dead easy and just go for it and it's a blast.
It is, I have to second that. It's very, very fun, and it was very cute. I enjoyed all the skins.
It's like Minecraft Dungeons, just simpler, cuter, and more streamlined.
Yeah, I got to play the last few levels because the Student Achievement Factory, for whatever reason, couldn't get past this one level, and I have no idea why, because it was a really easy game. I just booted it right up and beat it, so no idea. Okay, so you have Riverbond with your 33%. Is that higher or lower than DayZ?
Oh, you're making this tough for me, aren't you? Well, obviously, if this was just AH101 players, DayZ would have a sky-high completion rate because we had a dedicated achievement server and Whacker leading everybody through it. But in practice, right, DayZ has a lower completion rate. And if all the questions are that easy, we're going to have a blowout.
Hence the reason why controlling the board is important. DayZ? Yes, it is lower with 1%.
Great, his next questions be even easier.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually higher than I expected. I would have guessed like 0.4.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready for your next question?
Born ready.
All right. It is Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh, because obviously loads of people are playing that because it's in Game Pass, but I think they just released a new DLC. Oh, we didn't know whether yours was with or without DLC.
That is the enigma.
Because more people will definitely have completed Minecraft Dungeons. It's just that then they released the thingy. Oh, it's still going to be nowhere near DayZ. Minecraft Dungeons will have a higher percentage. It'll be quite low because of the new DLC, but it's still higher than DayZ.
Okay, let me see.
Wait, there was new DLC? I lost my completion again?
I thought there was. Actually, I've not been notified yet. Maybe it's just on the way. But there's a jungle. There's a jungle one, which I thought was coming out.
Or Ticket to Ride or some other train game. Yes, it is. 10%. Microsoft Dungeons. You now have 240 points. Okay. We have our next one. It is Human Fall Flat. X-Bone.
Well, look, that's another one where Human Fall Flat is easy. All you need to do is be friends with Whacker. I've been through that game twice with him, once on Xbox and once on Win 10, and actually had so much fun gradually easing into learning it that I went back and played it a bit myself after having all the achievements with Whacker, and sort of swinging around under the maps and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, completion percentage will be lower than Minecraft Dungeons. If you didn't have Whacker, that would take, well, you'd have to be an angel.
Well, if you've mastered it, you can drag me through the Win 10 platform.
I mean, I could. I'd be happy to, but I'd be a lot slower at doing it than Whacker. he is your tour guide of choice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he likes those. And Total Reliable Delivery Service is basically Human Fall Flat with deliveries. Yes, it is. That is correct. Human Fall Flat has 4%. So it is lower than Minecraft Dungeons. So you are now at 320 gamer score. Okay. So your next one is Microsoft Solitaire Collection UWP.
Okay.
Ooh.
Which is nice and all. The achievements are very grindy. I'm working on it. pTart, you completed this recently, didn't you?
I did.
Congratulations. I am a long way off
I'm
completing
still
it.
working on that one. I'm still working on it.
I mean, general population, this would have a minuscule thing, but TA, it's actually, very much non-zero. I reckon, compared to 4%, I'm going to freeze, for starters. I'm going to use my freeze here because this is genuinely a coin toss for me. And I'm going to say the completion is higher than 4.
All right, you have froze at 320. You said, just for giggles, you said it would be higher?
Higher than Human Fall Flats, yeah.
Human Fall Flat, 4%. Microsoft Solitaire Collection, UWP, 3%.
Oh,
That was close as well.
Yes, that was a good move by you. Way not to lose all your progress. All right. pTart, you survived.
Yay!
You're already doing better. You made it to round 2. Just kidding. All right, Alex, you're in control of the board here. So question 2 goes to you.
Huh? Haven't I just had all the questions?
Well, this is the initial question to see who controls.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh.
So this is the fun, zany sort of, like the 0 to 1 hour question.
Well, I hope it's fun. Maybe not too zany, but a little zany. All right. A lot of recent releases of 0 to 1 hour completions have caught a lot of crap for inflating gamer score. But did you know the quick completion is nothing new? In fact, the most tracked 0 to 1 hour completion on TA, so the one that's the most tracked, it's not Avatar, actually. It's a 360 arcade game. Anybody got a guess?
Doritos Dash or something. Dash of Destruction. Because that was the first short one, and it was free. I remember that coming out.
But that's not a 0 to 1 hour completion, I don't believe.
Ooh.
We were looking for Harm's Way.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I remember that
recently
one.
finished
I
that one.
technically own that.
So,
I've never played it, I don't think.
I believe you have.
Oh, okay. Fine. It wasn't memorable then.
Oh, wait, no. I guess it wouldn't be. Yeah, you may not have. Never mind.
But it's definitely in my
because that
collection. I have
This list includes games that you may or may not have played. So anyhow, many people took advantage of this 200 pointer, but just how many? Thus, how many of TA's 534,000-ish gamers have Harm's Way tracked on their tag?
I mean, if it's the most tracked 0 to 1 hour, then it's got to be fairly chunky. But it's still...
It's back on the 360 days.
Yeah. And we didn't have so many people on the site then. 150k.
Wow, just right at
Well, I can't calculate it, so let's take a reasonable guess. I mean, 150k.
All right. pTart. It's very imperative. You got a 50-50 shot here. Do you think the answer is higher or lower?
You said there was 350,000 tracked users on TA?
534,000-ish.
I will say it is higher then, because that game's been out since, 2006 or 5?
2000 forever, yes. Okay, so that's your rationale?
Yep.
Just been out longer? Okay. So the correct answer is, of how many tracked gamers of Harm's Way, the most popular 0 to 1 hour completion on TA, is 186,820.
Congrats.
Yes, it has a 1.19 ratio, in case you're curious, and only 45% have completed it. Just
Wow.
FYI.
Wow.
And what's its rating? Fun fact.
Who cares? You're not playing it for that. Who's playing it for that? All right, pTart, you have control of the board. Your first card is Subnautica. All right. Subnautica has a 22%.
How?
Well, 1 in 5 people don't care anything about it, I guess. So there you have it. So Subnautica with a 22%. Is that higher or lower than Life is Strange? Expo.
Life is Strange is higher than Subnautica.
I mean, 22%. 30, all right, so you said higher. Subnautica with its whopping 22% for some reason. Life is Strange, 36%. You are correct. All right, you're on the board.
Yay! Let's see, how could you not complete Subnautica? It's all like development or dev menus, and unless you're L who got lost. And
it's probably that there's this one achievement in that game that's annoying where you have to go to like the fire thing in underwater, and then you have to keep loading it, and at some point it unlocks. That one was a pain.
I think it'll be people who dipped their feet in when it came to Game Pass first and then never came back when the console commands workaround was found.
Probably. Some people probably just don't care. They're like, I ain't doing that. All right. So you have Life is Strange, 36%. Is that higher or lower than Wander Song?
Wander Song is me higher than Life is Strange.
Oh, really? Did you enjoy that one?
That one was easy too. And it was very colorful.
It was very colorful. Yeah. And not in the language way. All right. So, Life is Strange, 36%. Wonder Song, 79%.
Whoa.
You are correct. Okay. You are now moving on to, you have 160 gamer score. Alex is at 320, so here's your next question. Wonder Song with a 79%, is that higher or lower than, I just love that this one came up, Tracks, the train set game. I promise you, that's what came up. I love it.
Well, this is actually a tough one because you look at it without the DLC.
I know.
And there's a recent DLC expansion which I initially thought, okay, it's gotta be lower because the DLC was just released, but you have the wrong settings. So, this is actually a tough one. I think I'm actually gonna pause here, hold on to my points, and do my guess for kicks and giggles.
Okay. All right. Your score has officially been frozen at 160. What would be your guess?
My guess would be Tracks would be lower than Wander Song.
Okay. So you have Tracks. Wander Song at 79%. And Tracks comes in at 51%.
Okay. My gut was right.
Your gut was right. Unfortunately, your score is frozen. All right. pTart, this next question goes to you. All right. Apparently, it probably should have gone to Alex in light of one of his recent comments, but we'll see how it goes. All right. One last question about these 0 to 1 hour completions. Personally, I tend to really enjoy them, and there are a lot of them I consider great gaming experiences. Perhaps it's just me. Perhaps it isn't. Of the games that have a 0 to 1 completion estimate, how many of them have a 3.5 star or higher site rating on TA?
Let's see, you said there was 271 of them.
That's correct.
Let's see here, about a third. You said a 3.5 or higher out of 5?
Mm-hmm.
let's see here. So I'm going to guess about a third of them because there's a lot of garbage, the ACAs. So 271 divided by multiplied by 33%.
Do you got your calculator ready?
You don't need a calculator for that.
No, it's 90.
Yes. Sorry, I've already done a long, hard day of mathing at work. That brings me to 90.
Yes. Oh, wow. You got there in a hurry. Is that your final guess?
That is my final guess.
Okay. So, Alex, you were talking about, what's the fun factor of Harm's Way? So, is the fun factor for all the 0 to 1 completion estimates, is it higher or lower than 90?
I'm going to guess lower because 3.5 takes quite a bit anyway. That's a good game. And there are all the rats and all the ACAs and all of that stuff. So I'm going to say it's lower than a third, basically. But if you're looking for a really fun 0 to 1 hour game, I recommend Refunked, which is sort of a freeform platform speedrun type thingy. Great fun.
Is that a 0 to 1?
It was for me.
All right. Okay. Well, you said lower. pTart, you said 90. The amount of the 271 gems on TA that have a 0 to 1 completion estimate and a 3.5 star or higher rating is 11.
Oh, okay. I mean, I might have guessed 20 to 30. That is not many.
Yes.
What are these amazing games that we all ought to play?
Well, I'm so glad you asked because I actually wrote it down. It is, and I'll take them. Oh, wait, no, I guess they're not in any kind of order here. ACA Neo Geo Twinkle Star Sprites Win 10, 3.5.
pTart,
ACA.
that sounds like your kind of game.
Yeah, I actually one of the better ones. I think we talked about that one not too long ago. It's actually a pretty cool little setup. ACA Ninja Masters Win 10, 3.5. Not sure why that one's on there. ACA Neo Geo Shock Troopers Win 10, 3.6. Subnautica, 3.5. SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, 3.5. Age of Empires Definitive Edition Win 10, 3.8. Fallout 3 PC, 4.3. Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Veyo Win 8, 3.9. Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Toshiba Win 8, 4.0. Mr. Pumpkin Adventures, the Canadian version, 3.5. ACA Neo Geo Metal Slug Win 10, 3.5.
You know what all those have in common? Very few players.
Most of them. A couple of those are genuinely good. Subnautica and Age of Empires and Pac-Man DX, actually. All of those were successful games. I had a lot of people play them. It's the rest that, yeah.
Hey, I enjoyed Mr. Pumpkin Canadian Adventure.
Oh. See, I enjoyed Fallout 3 Typing Adventure.
Yeah. Fallout 3 is good as well. That's Fallout 3 like Subnautica. I completed it. I used the commands, but I took way longer than an hour over it because you just want to stop and smell the roses, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I played that straight. I can't even say it. Okay. All right. So you're at 320. It appears that your first card is Fractured Minds.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
With its 84%. Okay.
Checked out of that halfway through.
It takes a while to find that monster in the middle.
Oh, yeah, the one with the road where...
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, there's a level with a road.
And a monster in the middle.
And you got to stare at it.
And you go, oh man, you're just giving away all the information. All right, so Fractured Mind with its 84%. Is that higher or lower than Virtual Fighter 2?
Oh, because that's got an easy achievement list, I'm pretty sure. Certainly a lot of those fighting games have. I'm still going to say Virtual Fighter 2 is lower, because I reckon a few people would have tried it out for nostalgia's sake and not worked through a list.
Okay. Fractured Mind with its 84% in monsters and staring and roads. Is Virtual Fighter 2 higher or lower? It is, in fact, lower. You are correct.
Hey.
Woo.
All right. Yeah, 400 now. So that takes us to our next card. You have Virtua Fighter 2 with a 76%. Is that higher or lower than Old Man's Journey?
I reckon Old Man's Journey will be lower because it's Game Pass, so lots of people play it. But also, there's one where the train goes along some tracks. You have to direct the tracks up and down some paths. And if you're on gamepad, that's quite tough to do. Even on PC, like it took me 2 or 3 tries, which is harder than anything in Virtua Fighter. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that stupid train.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it. All you gotta do is just steer it. But yeah,
You don't steer it at all. You move the track. The train drives itself.
Well,
have you even
You gotta
beaten
move
this
the
game?
hills. Yeah.
I think he's bluffing. I don't think he made it through Old Man's Journey.
Yeah.
hey,
Or Fractured Mind.
if there's one thing I know how to do, it's how to take a journey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say being an old man.
Exactly. That was in my wheelhouse. All right.
So yeah, I'm saying Old Man's Journey is lower.
All right. Yeah, Virtua Fighter with its 76%. You say Old Man's Journey is a lower. For 480 gamer score, you are correct. It is 62%.
Oh.
So you are now at 480 gamer score. And you have a stranglehold on the board right now. Okay.
Well, it's more of a team effort. I mean, when I got the other question right earlier, pTart even cheered for me. So, we win together.
Yeah, us accountants got to stick together, yo.
Well, everyone's a winner. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
And that's the host.
So
You'll
you
slag
have-
off the rest of us, whatever we do.
That's right. All right. So you have Old Man's Journey. And it is 62%. Is that higher or lower than Tales from the Borderlands Expo?
Ooh. My initial thought is Tales from the Borderlands will be lower because you've got that free first episode, which is going to drag people in. But also, those things take longer than you think. You see the 1 to 2 hour estimate, and then you realise you're doing it 5 times over. Yeah, okay. Tales from the Borderlands is lower.
All right. You have Old Man's Journey. Now, yes, Old Man's Journey was 62%. You said that is, let's see, I lost my place there. I'm sorry. Tales from the Borderland. You said that is lower than 62%. Is that correct?
Yes.
Wah, wah.
Oh.
He has the wrong settings. I almost shouted that.
Oh no, I forgot. So, yeah, anyone who's just got the free first episode and beaten that is going to show as a completion. Oh, bah.
Yes. It would appear that using the correct settings, Tales from the Borderlands has a 73%. Yeah, so you see how much she helped you there?
Ah, well.
All right.
Host is biased. It's rigged.
All right. So pTart, his misfortune is good for you. That means you get a crack at the board. So you're at 160. So your card is Viva Pinata. This is just really catered to
That's
you.
one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Favorite 360 title.
All right. Is that higher or lower than Halo 3?
What is Viva Pinata at?
Oh, Viva Pinata is at 11%.
Oh, that's right. You have the wrong settings. But a ton of people have completed it even. So I'd actually have to say Halo 3 is higher than Viva Pinata.
Okay. Viva Pinata, 11%. Halo 3?
Seriously?
6%.
Ah,
Halo 3 isn't
You-
easy.
even I have the base part completed.
Yep, that's
And And I'm terrible at Halo.
Well, apparently 6% of people are not bad at it. So, get good. Is that the expression?
I'm actually still making that completion myself. I need to get the experience levels in the playlist still.
It just sounds dreadful. I'll be honest.
Yeah, you got to like win 50 multiplayer battles or something, and it's boring.
Okay. Well, speaking of things that are boring, question 4 goes to you. Minecraft. The never-ending completion. With the wrong settings, these games would be the bane of any completionist, with constant releasing of new DLC. With the right settings, not so much. But I digress. And it takes us into wildcard opportunity. Oh my gosh, this is something new this episode. All right, so the wild card can be played at any time to replace the card that you're comparing with. So if you're not sure if the game is higher or lower than your current card, you can play the wild card and get a new card altogether. If you play the wild card, however, you will be required to answer and unable to freeze until you answer the replacement card. So you each get a crack at getting a wild card. All right, here's your wild card question. Which Minecraft platform, no story modes here, boasts, or dungeons, no story modes or dungeons, just Minecraft here, boasts the highest completion percentage amongst tracked gamers on TA?
Kindle is going to be my guess, because I think it'll be something really obscure where you only play it if you know you're going to finish it.
Okay.
Is this where I guess?
Yes, you can say Kindle too. Or
I was going to say the 360 because I thought they actually stopped adding DLC to that one, giving people a chance to finish it.
Good knowledge.
But then again, he also has, his settings are all wrong, so who knows?
Are y'all just going to keep bagging on my settings? Goodness gracious. I consider it the difficulty, added difficulty. So, all right. So you're going with 360?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Kindle or 360? Well, y'all just pooped all over my wild card because neither one of those is correct. The answer was Windows Phone.
Oh, yeah, of course. What's even more niche than a Kindle?
There you go. All right. Well, no more wild cards. I'm sorry. The wild card died on the vine. All right. But this does relate to our question 4. Minecraft Xbox 360 edition has the highest number of completions. What is that number?
So we're both going to take a guess, and whoever's closest will win it?
Oh, no, this is your question.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
That was only for the wild card. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, so we're back to normal control the board type questions.
Yes.
I reckon lots of people will have played it, but we're still only dealing with an install base of 530,000, so maybe 50,000 have actually played it on 360, and you asked me how many have completed it, right?
That is correct.
Then, well, it's still a chunky game, and not everyone has achievement servers and stuff. And a lot of people will have played Minecraft for fun, so I reckon it's going to be a low amount of 50,000. So maybe 5,000, 10% of that.
All right. So you said 5,000?
Yeah.
Okay. pTart is the number of completions on Minecraft Xbox 360 edition higher or lower than 5,000?
I believe it's higher. I've seen completion numbers, I believe, in like the 10,000s recently for other Minecraft completions. So, going based on my friend feed.
Okay. Well, before I answer, let me just say that your assumption that the only 50,000 people have played this game was incorrect. It was 263,000 tracked gamers out of the 534,000-ish. So almost half of TA has played this game.
That's impressive.
And of that, there is 53,289 completions.
Okay.
Yes. And in case you're curious, I assumed you were going to ask how many on the other ones. 273 on Windows Phone, 520 on the Kindle, 110 on Gear VR, 1,150 on iOS, 3,097 on Win 10, 1,325 on Android, 9,889 on Xbox One Edition, 659 on Switch, 7,032 on Xbone, and 0 on Apple TV. Apparently it's glitched. I didn't know that. Okay. pTart. You have control of the board.
All right.
Your card is Pac-Man Championship Edition. Don't sound too excited for that. It is 15%.
Okay.
They can't all be Viva Pinata, pTart. Okay, so is that higher or lower than Borderlands?
Ooh. See, I feel like I'm going to fall into that same trap as Halo again.
There's many traps laid around.
Let's see here. You have the base game but there's a ton of people who have played it. It's 15%. Dang it. My gut says higher. As in...
Is that a question?
Could you confirm what my gut says?
I think Borderlands is... No. Dang it. No, I'm going to go with lower.
No. The gut just turned over?
No, first instinct. It is higher. Borderlands is higher than Pac-Man Championship Edition.
All right. So we got Pac-Man Championship Edition with 15%. You said Borderlands is higher, and then you said lower, and then you said higher than.
That's why we call the game higher or lower or higher.
That's right. Well, you should have gone with higher, lower, higher. No, lower, because it is, in fact, lower.
Dang it.
Oh.
It was the Halo trap all over
I would have
again.
said Borderlands was high. That's a really easy base game.
Well, it is, 10%. There you go. It's a 10%. All right. Are you ready for your card, Mr. Alex? Because you get control of the board. All right. Your card is... Oh, shoot.
It can be fixed in the edit.
Editor Devin here. Nope.
Yes, Halo Reach.
Oh!
Halo
I was
Reach.
wondering whether that would come up. That is the game.
That is very fitting.
Yeah, that's how we met. It was a boosting
Oh.
session for Halo Reach.
Well, boy, howdy! I did not know that. That is something. I mean, it's just coincidence. So you should know. Like, I shouldn't even have to tell you the percentage then.
It's 50% because I've completed it and pTart hasn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, by 15 you mean 6%. Yes. Okay. So, all right. So, is Halo Reach higher or lower than Jetpack Joyride Win 8?
Oh, that's like Solitaire. It's a really fun game, but it takes persistence to beat it.
Oh yeah, I hated that game.
That was a really fun game. I loved it.
Yeah, definitely. I reckon. Oh, I wish I remembered what the percent was for Solitaire in the end. I think Solitaire will be higher. Sorry, Solitaire? Jetpack Joyride.
I was gonna say,
I think Jetpack Joyride will be higher.
I was going to say, I appreciate that factoid because you answered the question. So, all right, so Jetpack Joyride, you say, is higher. All right. Halo Reach, 6%. Jetpack Joyride Win 8 is, in fact, higher. Yes. 15%.
Oh, it's really that low?
Yeah. So you're at 400 in gamer score.
It's not a sort of go to sleep easy game. Like, it's definitely doable if you stick at it and get better at it, but you're not just going to waltz in and complete it the next day.
Well, if I can complete it, both stacks, anybody can complete it.
I don't think that's true.
I haven't completed it. I'll be
There you go. See?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I ever want to go back to it. All right, Alex, you have 400 gamer score. So we shall press on. You have Jetpack Joyride Win 8 with its 15%. Is that higher or lower than hashtag IDARB?
Oh, that had the most creative achievement for the Twitter thing, by the way. That was lovely. I wish more people would do that. IDARB must be higher. IDARB will have a higher completion rate.
Okay.
Because it's a dead easy. That's probably a 0 to 1 as well. I'm surprised that didn't hit 3.5 in the ratings, actually. Because it's a fun game.
I did not like that game.
I jumped on to help somebody just get the last achievement and help him out because it's an easy reinstall. And we ended up playing a couple of matches afterwards, or at least a couple of rounds of the existing match, just because, yeah, it's a fun little thing.
Yeah, it's like tied into social media, some of the achievements and everything.
Oh, yeah, the achievements sucked, actually, didn't they? Because you had to sort of create that many one-square characters and silly songs and things. So the game's fun, but getting the achievement sucks. All
right, so with its sucky achievements, this Game Pass game you said is...
higher percentage completion.
Higher, yes. I don't think it's on Game Pass anymore, though. All right, so Jetpack Joyride Win 8. 15%. Hashtag I draw a red box. Isn't that what it stands for?
No idea.
I think it was.
No idea.
I think it's I draw a red box, but I'm not 100% sure. And it has, it is higher.
Yep.
You are correct. 25%.
Okay.
So one in four people have finished that one. All right. So you got hashtag IDARB. Is that higher or lower than the Turing test?
Oh,
that was a good game.
Yeah, I think most people who played that would have finished it, won't they? It is Game Pass, etc. But yeah, Turing test will have a higher.
All right.
Did you kill the humans at the end of the game? Actually, wait, spoilers? Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're like walking out or something. You can walk out or
no, you can't walk out. But that would also be spoilers to explain that.
Yeah, that's right. I don't remember much about it. I just finished it and flushed it out of my brain. So you said the Turing test is higher than hashtag IDARB.
Yes.
All right. Hashtag IDARB has 25%. The Turing test has 48%.
Aha! Yes.
Yeah, 560 in gamer score. Moving on to the next.
He is on fire.
I'm telling you. See, he doesn't listen to his gut. He just tells it the way it is. All right. You have the Turing test. 48%. Is that higher or lower than? Oh, God. Pneuma Breath of Life. Numia.
That's another good
that
game.
Was actually a good game. I have to agree with Alex. That was a good game too.
It's just got a lovely title,
and yeah, there's a fun sort of narrator guy who talks as you go around. Was it narrator or is it it's the guy talking to himself? Yeah, it's wonderful because he's the god of his world, and he revels in that. Go play it.
Took me.
Did you kill the humans at the end?
I'd say it took me 3 different Thursdays to get Gnocchi Thursday. Or is it Gnocchi Tuesday? It's one of those two.
I don't remember any of the specific achievements.
No, that's not even the right game.
That sounds like Japanese. I don't remember any Japanese.
No, that's... No. We've talked about this game. That's Nochi. That's a Nochi.
Pneuma Breath of Life is the one where...
That's Nero. That's Nero. Nothing ever remains obscure. Nero, the one about the 2 cloaked people and the dead son.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, Pneuma's a puzzle game. You wander through the halls and you move stuff around and things, but the guy thinks that he's the god of the world and that everything's happening around him, and then gets increasingly it goes downhill from there. And again, I won't spoil it because it's quite fun to go on the journey.
Is there any Nochi?
Oh, but anyway, that was one of the earliest. I think that was the first Games with Gold title I got, but it was one of the early ones back when people actually played these things. So I think it's going to be lower.
Okay, so people actually played them. So
so people will have fired it up and they'll have given it a go. And the puzzles weren't easy.
Okay.
So Numa is one I went into without a guide, but there were a couple of times where I was thinking, come on, guys, this was meant to be an easy game. And I looked the puzzle up once or twice. So whereas Crosscode, for example, which I just did, just steamed through. So I think if I need to use a guide, then it's going to have a lower percentage.
Okay. Well, let's see. So you said lower, right?
Yeah. Numa is the lower one.
Okay. All right. Turing test, 48%. Numa Breath of Life? It is lower. 36%.
Yeah, some of those tile puzzles and that one where you had to jump up and you were like near a waterfall and had to hit certain blocks. See, I'm remembering the correct game now, not the new game.
Oh, man. All right. Well,
that would make quite a good game club discussion, like interlude thingy. Oh, it's for the time has passed, I think. For the Numa zeitgeist.
Yeah, you might be right on that one. Okay, you ready for your next one?
Yes.
All right. So you have Numa. I always want to say pneumonia for some reason. Numa Breath of Life with its 36%. Is that higher or lower than Inside?
Ooh, that is a...
I just dived Inside. I know that it's perfectly doable, but I'm not sure. Because Limbo had one for doing the whole game without dying. And if Inside's got that, it's gonna be lower. But I'm not sure I'd have taken that on. I think I put Inside in as a palate cleanser to be nice and easy between all the weighty stuff. So I reckon it must have been... I'm going to say Inside is easier. Inside has the higher percentage.
Okay. So, Numa, Breath of Life, 36%. You said Inside is higher.
I hope.
There's a lot of points on the line, man.
I still only have one achievement in it. I can tell you that one was quite easy.
Is that the one where you just go off to the left or something? Or is that
That's Limbo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I sort of, you wander around and there's a secret and you get an achievement for finding a secret or something like that.
But did you use the guide?
It's a very pretty, beautiful game.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I did.
I used a guide to dive it, because I was just trying to dive as quickly as possible. This was while one of the cram contests was going on, and I needed to play as many games as possible and make sure I only got one achievement in each one. So I didn't want to mess with that, and I looked at a guide to find the earliest achievement.
Oh, okay. Well, so you don't know that it's the wad of flesh escaping the asylum feel-good story of the year, I guess.
And don't use a guide on the rest.
No, I won't.
It is, in fact, higher. You are correct.
Phew.
So you are up to a gentleman's completion. However, this is a completion to show, so you still got 3 more to go.
Yeah, gentlemen are clearly lazy.
I know. ACA, man. All right. So Inside with its 48%. Your next one is Gone Home Console Edition.
Oh. You wanted that question. It's one of those ones where you roam around the I think Gone Home's probably a bit... Clearly, I know the answer to this one. You can just tell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Gone Home's lower because Inside is meant to be completely stunningly amazing, and I found Gone Home a bit boring. So I was on the fence about whether I could be bothered to finish it.
Okay, so Inside with its 48%. Let's see, you said Gone Home, the game that you can finish in really fast with a speed run. You said that is lower, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And it is, in fact, lower. You are correct.
Yes.
Really?
39%.
Really? It's that low?
I can
Always in the bag. Never doubted.
Ah,
that was pretty amazing. That was well done, man. Okay.
really? I thought that would have been at least in like the 60 to the 70%, but wow, okay.
All right. Your next question is, or I'm sorry, your next card, I should say. Ooh, this is a good one. Fallout 3 PC.
Fallout 3 PC has a higher completion percentage.
So you have.
Oh, it was games with yeah, it will. I mean, games for Windows Live is annoying and might have locked people out halfway through. But Fallout 3 console commands, right? It's going to have a higher.
Okay, so Gone Home Console Edition, 39%. You say Fallout 3 PC is higher?
Yeah, despite wrestling with the games for Windows Live login.
It is higher with 45%.
Oh, yeah, that's closer than I would have thought.
Yeah, that one
I
give you a
was
little bit of a
unreasonably
haircut
confident
there.
for that one.
All right, so this is taking us to the final question.
This is for the completion, the only question that matters.
This is it, man. This is it. So, your wonderful question is Fallout 3 PC higher or lower than
You're trying to pick something hard. You're looking down a list.
I can't decide. I skipped one. Oh, I'll give you a good one.
See,
I'll give you a good one.
Okay.
Refunked. You mentioned it
Oh,
earlier.
one of my favorites. Yeah. I mean, everybody should complete Refunked. It's not like the easiest thing in the world ever. To do the speedrun is quite tough, but I want to live in a world where Refunked has a higher completion percentage than Fallout 3 PC.
Are you sure you want to live in that world?
Yes. I'd like to think I do. That's my final answer.
All right. Fallout 3 PC, 45%. Refunked, you said is higher.
Yep.
I'm on pins and needles
Refunked.
here.
Refunked is, in fact, lower.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow, that is a big fall.
You just fell all the way back to 320.
By cruel world.
And pTart is back in control.
Yay!
But anybody who wants to complete Refunked, just get in touch. I will walk you through it. It's great fun.
I don't think I've completed it either.
Or you can go to Achievement Fest.
Yeah,
there
you go. I was going to go maybe this year. Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure. Possibly. All right. pTart, your game is The Gardens Between. Is that... Oh, I'm sorry. That's the one you got. 72%. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Is that higher or lower than Forza Horizon 2 presents Fast and Furious?
That's interesting. Because both were pretty easy. So, yeah.
I think Fast and Furious might have been my first completion on the Xbox One. It's definitely the game that got me into
Are we talking about
Horizon.
the 360 or the X-Bone?
X-Bone, I'm sorry.
Let's see here. Gardens Between is at 72.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to say it's lower just because it takes longer than Gardens Between the complete.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Okay. All right. Forza Horizon 2 presents Fast and Furious. You said that is a lower than the Gardens Between. Gardens Between, 72%. Fast and Furious, 55%.
Woo!
It is.
Well done.
Yay!
All right. Your next question is... your next one is... Energy Cycle.
That is going to be higher than Forza.
Are you sure? You can always freeze.
You don't just want to listen to your gut again?
My gut is not good tonight.
No, your gut got it right, remember? You just weren't that great at listening to it for a bit.
That's true.
You got that one.
It was right or it wasn't. I'm not sure. The gut was all over the board, but yes. All right, so higher. Yes, it is in fact higher. Yes, 94%.
Shocked.
All right. Your next one is Storm Boy.
Let's see here. I think Storm Boy is going to be higher than Energy Cycle.
Are you just saying that because they killed the pelican? Spoiler.
Well, if I remember from your last CheevWhiz, when you guys did easier ones, I believe Storm Boy was really up there on the list.
Well, see, she's drawing on prior knowledge. This is amazing.
That's smart.
Yeah. So, is that what the gut says? Is that final answer?
Yes, Storm Boy is higher than Energy Cycle.
All right. Energy Cycle, 94%. Storm Boy, 97%. It is higher.
Yay!
All right. You're up to 400. Okay.
Storm Boy actually changed how I approach gaming. Because when I had just come back to gaming again last year and went on a completions kick, I bought all sorts of rubbish and started playing it. Storm Boy was so disappointing, it made me reevaluate and make sure that I stuck to good stuff. Which is why everything that I've dived and did in Warboats and everything is genuinely good games, pretty much. But Storm Boy is the letdown that put me back on the right path.
Wow.
You need to play some more garbage. I didn't think Storm Boy was that bad.
All right. You have Storm Boy with 97%. Is that higher or lower than Astrologaster? Win 10?
I'm going to have to say it's lower than Storm Boy.
Yeah.
I've never played this game, but it looks like it might be right down my alley. So
yes, it's very easy, but
Yeah.
I still, because Storm Boy is just so quick and easy to complete that, yeah.
That's tough to hang with Storm Boy. I mean,
And if you went for Astrologaster without a guide, you'd probably miss a couple of the achievements.
okay.
Yeah, you have to actually pay
good to know.
attention and click certain prompts. So,
All right. You went lower. Astrologaster is, in fact, lower. 90%. All right. You're flying along here. Okay. And right, your next one is Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons and One Lady in a Cave that Kills One of them. Spoiler.
they're very close, so I'm going to take my freeze here.
Oh, okay.
In my mind, they're close, so I just moved up 4 squares, so I don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Oh, do we get more than one freeze each?
Well, yes.
Oh. Oops.
Is that why you went on that marathon?
Yeah, I thought I'd used my freeze. I didn't think I got another freeze. Oh, right. Okay. Well, now I know.
I think I should take some of the fault there as the host. I apologize. I did not explain the rules thoroughly.
It's fine. Well, pTart clearly understood, so it's all on me.
All right. What would have been your wonderful guess if you were
I
to
think
venture?
Brothers is probably lower because it takes longer. Again, I'm going to go with that logic.
Yeah, that's pretty good logic. And it would have been correct, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 90% is just a high comparison.
Yeah.
Well, Brothers, I figured it'd be like a 87 maybe. Like, I figured they'd be really close.
Yeah.
All right.
What was it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said it. It is 74%.
Okay, so I was, yeah, wow, okay. I
Yeah.
could have kept going, but hey, I'm frozen halfway through, so.
You are this is definitely by far the closest one we've had so far. So there is still 3 questions left, I think. So.
What
yes.
happens when we run out of questions?
Oh, the final question will be make or break. Whoever gets it, you either choose to finish out your section of the board or tell your opponent to go for it. They don't get to freeze. They just have to run the board. So, and if they are unsuccessful, then you win, kind of thing. All right. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If we get there. I don't know. Alex was very close last time. I don't even remember whose turn it is here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. pTart, I believe, right?
And then, no, I just froze.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, but to answer the board control question.
yes. Yes. All right. pTart. Question number 5 is, one trick to increasing the number of completions is to not lose access to possible completions. Enter the Connect. The games are not overly difficult, but given that it is dead hardware, coupled with having a non-USB port, as well as the fiasco with the USB to connect connectors getting discontinued and prices going through the roof, one could say Connect required games are not exactly the go-to for completions these days. In fact, of the 150-ish Connect required titles, how many of them have been completed more times by track gamers than the number of times track gamers have failed at that completion? Thus, what that confusing sentence meant is, how many Connect required games have a completion percentage over 50%?
And what was the total number of Connect games again?
150-ish.
Okay, so let me do some math on my calculator here a minute.
The unfair advantage of the calculator.
Let's see, there's 150, and I'm guessing maybe 10%? Maybe, no, probably more like 5%. So 7.5 round up to, no, it's got to be a little bit higher than that because there's Nickelodeon Dance, and so we're going to go with 15.
15, okay. Alex. There.
I think
Go ahead.
Completing is tough, and Connect was often owned by casual gamers, so I reckon like 50% is a high bar. I reckon the number's lower.
All right. So, of the 150-ish games, pTart said 15 have been completion percentage over 50%. The correct answer is 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alex, you said lower. So you get it. In case you're wondering, I have those 5. Nickelodeon Dance, 51.17. Voice Studio, 51.41. Cabela's Adventure Camp, 53.59. Connect Fun Labs, Connect Rush, Snapshot, 67.87. And the highest one is Nickelodeon Dance 2, 69.49.
What I want to know is, have you completed all 5 of them?
I have.
I don't think Connect Fun Labs is still around.
You were just saying you owned all 5 of them. And these are the easiest 5 Connect completions. So are you telling me you couldn't get through all 5?
I don't think that I have it. I don't think it's available to download anymore. I kind of came into the game late. I wasn't around in the early days of the 200.
Those are 50 pointers.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't around for those.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, the Connect Fun Labs were 50 pointers, and yeah, you're correct. I don't believe you can even download them anymore, but they've been they've not been completable for a while. They've had quite a few discontinued achievements.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what about Voice Studio. I don't know anything about that.
That's also discontinued.
Okay, I was gonna say I did the other 3. The other 3 I do, but those other 2 I didn't think I had access to. So there you go. All right, so Alex, you have the board.
And I have another freeze.
You can freeze whenever you want, man. All right, so we have your game is Grand Theft Auto 4.
Okay, that's going to be a low completion percentage.
You
tell me this one.
Yeah,
anyway.
you're correct. You just let me verify that for you. It is in fact 1%.
Higher than I
okay.
thought.
All right. Is that?
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the other game is higher.
You are correct. So 400 gamer score. All right. So you now have a 400 gamer score with the game that I just mentioned. Is that higher or lower than your game is Band Hero, by the way?
Okay. Oh, I enjoyed that.
That was a good game.
Band Hero will have a higher completion. Oh, but it's got the thing. Yeah, it'll have a higher completion because the vocals could theoretically have been tricky, but you could actually trick that just with something noisy like a heater. Leave your mic next to it and it'll full combo every song for you. Which is great because that meant I could sing along however I wanted without worrying about hitting the notes.
Okay. Well,
A fan is a little bit more safer than using a heater.
yeah, I was going to say.
Yes, but a heater's what I had.
Well, regardless, I already gave you credit for it. So, yes, it is, in fact, higher. It is 6%.
Okay.
So, you were at 400 gamer score. So, is Band Hero at 6%? Is that higher or lower than the Beatles Rock Band?
Oh, that is an amazing game. I loved it to bits. It was way harder than Band Hero. Yeah, Beatles will be lower.
All right. Beatles.
That is probably my favourite completion. I still remember doing the Abbey Road playthrough online to get my 1,000,000 points. And yeah, it's an amazing game.
Okay. Well, Band Hero is at 6%. You said the Beatles Rock Band is lower. The Beatles Rock Band is lower. Yes, it is actually 0%.
Oh,
Not
wow.
a surprise.
Yeah, that's
It's
definitely my
crazy
proudest
hard.
completion. Helter Skelter, full comboing that on drums. I'm not really a drummer. Oh, wow, that was so much fun. And so frustrating.
Yeah, that's
Have you got that one as well, pTart?
I've played it, definitely not completed it.
Oh, well, it is
I
tough.
think I've started it maybe. I think I'm part of the 0% club on the bad, or the 100% club, I guess. Yeah, such as it is. So, all right. So your game is 0%. Yeah, that's a pretty nice one there. So your next one is Qubit, the complexity of simplicity.
And I have to tell you whether its completion percentage is higher or lower than 0.
Yes.
I think Qubit is probably higher.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah, you usually. Yeah, you maybe.
I reckon that's probably like an 88% or so, Qbot.
Wow, yeah.
It was dead easy.
Yeah, you're pretty good. That it's at 82%. So well done there. There you go. All right, is that higher or lower than What Remains of Edith Finch?
Oh, that was a good game.
That's an amazing game. I'd like to think What Remains of Edith Finch is higher. How confident am I? Because 82% is quite high. Anyway, if I freeze and get it right, what happens? It's my turnover
You
anyway.
get to stay at 560, and you'll have satisfaction of knowing that you're smart.
But my turn will be over?
Yes.
Ooh. I don't think I can risk this one either way, so I am going to freeze it.
Okay.
Freeze at 560, and I reckon What Remains of Edith Finch is probably a higher percentage complete.
All right. So, what was it? Qubit, complexity of simplicity, 82%. What Remains of Edith Finch is 63%.
It's got collectibles.
Good thing I froze. Yeah, and actually it was just crossing my mind as you went through it. Like, it's Game Pass and everybody says it's amazing, so everybody's going to have dipped their toes in.
Yeah.
Whereas you only play Qbot if you want another completion on your tag.
And Edith Finch
Basically.
has collectibles, which always lowers the percentage.
Yeah, although for anyone listening in, they're easy collectibles and there's chapter rewind, so just go for it. Play that game.
Plus, it has the really cool fish scene where you like chopping fish. Isn't that that game?
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I thought my favourite scene was the bathtub
No,
scene, actually.
no,
I just thought that was so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah,
Let's skip over that one.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's probably,
Oh, yeah,
that's probably
I'm sorry.
not the greatest scene for pTart.
It is, like, it was a wonderful scene, but yeah, sorry, move on.
I actually wept. It was bad.
Okay. Yeah. No spoilers there, but yeah, you lose your bar soap. Okay. You don't really. Okay, what this question goes to Alex. Question 6. What would be a CheevWhiz without talking some rats? What would be compiling completion numbers without some rats? These $5 gems are notorious for being an easy completion with few exceptions. The most completed one is Deep Space Rush, a run-and-gun classic whose Chivos include Killing Machine and Super Killing Machine, And on the opposite end of the spectrum is a frustrating roguelite first-person shooter that is not your typical rat. It is $8 and has a completion estimate of 15 to 20 hours. The contrast betwixt the two games is startling. But just how?
There's probably a heartbreaking story there. Like, that will be the one where they finally wanted to break out of the mold and become this auteur, game studio, and it just sunk.
I guess you don't know much about this game. It was actually their first one, and they realized that nobody wanted to buy it, so then they just did.
Oh, okay.
And they're like,
happy ending.
They're like, free gamer score, come and get it, $5, and sales went through the roof. All right. But just how startling of a contrast was it? Thus, what is the difference between the two games' completion percentages? If you were to take the completion percentage of Deep Space Rush and subtract the completion percentage of One More Dungeon, what would you end up with?
Did you tell us what Deep Space... No, you didn't, did you?
No.
Okay, it's going to be...
That would probably make the question pretty easy.
Yeah, actually, because the other one's going to be fairly low. Okay, well, if it's literally the max Ratalaika, it's going to be high. I'm going to say the difference is 96%.
Okay. The bar has been set at 96%, Miss pTart. What say you?
I think that difference is lower than that.
All right. So the difference between Deep Space Rush and One More Dungeon is, in fact, lower.
Well.
It is 87.92%, so still very sizable. I believe One More Dungeon, I forgot to write it down, but I believe One More Dungeon had like 10%, and then the other one was like 97%. So,
yeah. So I was right with the top end, but yeah. Miles off with the bottom end.
There you go. All right, pTart. We only got one more question after this, so you might want to make some progress here.
All right.
If you get exactly one square, we'll be in tiebreaker territory.
I know it. You're at 480. Your opponent is at 560. You're both frozen at said spots. So you have to answer 6 questions correctly for the win.
In a row.
Yes, in a row. Your first card is Abzu for the X-Bone. It is at 34%. All right. You with me here?
I am with you.
Okay. Now, is that higher or lower than The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition?
Wow, that's actually tough.
Tough one.
Let's see here, because Monkey Island, it doesn't have collectibles, but it does have a speed run. I think both are, I think Monkey Island's a longer completion. So, but it's also a 360 game, but it's backwards compatible.
I hear that gut flip-flopping all over the place.
So I'm going to have to say Monkey Island is lower than Abzu.
All right. So Abzu with its 34%. You said The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition is a lower. The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition is, in fact, lower.
Yes.
It is
well done.
At 20%. 20%. All right. So you are tied at 560. Your next game is Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge.
I beat that one this weekend. Or
I
last
feel like
weekend.
this is rigged. How did those two get in a row?
I actually went through made sure those two were together just because I thought it'd be funny. I like how it's LeChuck's Revenge as well. Yeah, it ties in here. So synergy, yes.
I think the second one is going to have a higher percentage.
Any reason why?
if I remember, it's the easier of the two, because I think I played that one first for that reason.
Well, there you go. All right. Secret of Monkey Island, Special Edition, 20%. Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge, is higher.
Yes.
28%. So, yes, you are now at 640. And just, having your way with this board here. All right. Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge, with its 28%. Is that higher or lower than Oxenfree?
Wow, that's a good one as well. I think Oxenfree is going to be lower just because you have to do 3 playthroughs, and yeah, it's not quick.
It's not quick, huh? All right. Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge, with its 28%. You said Oxenfree is lower?
Yeah, and it's games with gold, so I feel like that'd be lower too.
Yeah. Oxenfree is lower with 12%. So you are at 720. You are up to the gentleman's completion at this point. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
All right, so Oxenfree with its 12%. Is that higher or lower than Lost Odyssey?
Lost Odyssey is lower than Oxenfree.
I've never played it. Is that a tough one?
It's a traditional JRPG, like lengthwise, grinding-wise. The strategy's fun and involved as well, which means it's harder than Oxenfree.
It's an 80 to 100 hour completion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I recommend it to JRPG fans.
It's a great
but
game.
Yeah. But it's not going to have a high percentage.
All right, so you say convincingly Lost Odyssey is lower than Oxenfree's 12%. You are correct. It is at 5%.
Yes, I have that. You have to get like 500 collectibles, and that's the one that messed me up.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, you are at 800 gamer score now, and can you smell the victory at this point? Is it is it getting close? Yeah.
So do I have one more freeze left? Is that?
Oh, you can freeze as much as you want.
That's what I mean. But you said there's only one more, like, determining
there's one more question. Yeah.
Okay.
So in the event that you want to freeze on this next one, then if Alex wins the next question, he would have the choice to either try to answer 5 consecutive, or pass it to you, and you would just have to answer 2 consecutive.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm not going to pass it across if she's frozen here.
All right, so you have Lost Odyssey with its 5%. Is that higher or lower than Rock Band 2?
Ooh. That's actually a really tough one, because, I mean, if Band Hero's at 6 and Rock Band 2 is hard.
A lot of people like those instruments, just crack them open and play a game.
Let's see here. Yeah, because so then again, people are crazy about those music games. I think I'm actually going to have to legitimately take a freeze here, because, yeah, I am not sure on this one.
Okay. So you wish to freeze?
Yes, please.
All right. You have frozen at 800. Would you like to take a stab?
Lower?
Yeah.
You would have been correct.
Let me guess, 4%.
2%.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So this brings us to our final question. All right. So whoever gets this one correct will be in the driver's seat. So
no pressure.
Yeah. So the game will end after this next question. Okay. Question 7. So, Game Pass is a thing. Lots of people have it. But is it real value for completionists? Now, Granted that the list is ever changing, but as of right now, if you were to subscribe to Game Pass in order to access a plethora of games that you had better than a 50-50 shot of finishing, would this be a good use of your fundage? To each their own, but the question remains, how many current Game Pass games have a completion percentage over 50%?
Who's going first on this one?
This is pTart's question.
Okay. You said over 50%?
That is correct.
I'd have to say 20.
Okay. This is not including PC. I just want to make sure.
There's not including PC.
Yes, I'm sorry. Not Ultimate, just Game Pass for the Xbona. I'm sorry, I should have specified.
That takes way too. I'll lower my guess to 17 then.
there's just 2 you were thinking of.
3.
Okay. All right. So 17. All right. Alex, this is a very important question.
I think it's got to be lower. Game Pass is known for people dabbling and therefore comparatively low completion percentages.
All right. So you went lower. pTart said 17 games currently offered in plain old Game Pass for the Xbone, not the PC, have a completion percentage of over 50%. The correct answer is 8. So, Alex, you are correct. It is lower.
Oh, I was even close.
Yes, in case you're wondering what those 8 games are, you have any guesses? Do y'all know any of them?
Fractured Minds.
That is one.
The Walking Dead titles, some of them are still in it. I don't know which ones.
Yeah. There's an ACA one, isn't there? No?
Nah, well, one over 50% of it was. I think it was Metal Slug, and that's kind of a tough one.
What Remains of Edith Finch? No,
Yep.
we already... Okay. Old Man's Journey.
Is that still in there?
PC.
That came out, I think.
Yeah, it either came out or it's only PC. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
See, I think that's where I had a lot of my confusion with my number.
Yeah. You didn't use your calculator as well, so, there's that. Yeah, so what Remains of Edith...
Tacoma's still in there.
Yep. Tacoma, What Remains of Edith Finch. You mentioned Walking Dead Season 2, Walking Dead New Frontier.
Oh,
You
Michonne.
mentioned Michonne as well, Fractured Minds, and the only ones you haven't mentioned are The Gardens Between and Wonder Song.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
makes sense.
And just in case you're wondering, just missing the list was the Turing test. So there you go. All right, so Alex, would you like to try to run the gambit and answer 5 questions in a row? Or would you rather pTart have to answer 2 in a row?
I'm going to take it home. I think there's a pretty high chance that pTart gets 2 in a row, especially if some of these end up being fairly easy questions. So I probably have about a 50-50 chance, probably a bit less than 50-50 of getting 5 in a row, but I'd rather roll the dice and control my own fate.
All right. Die on your feet, not on your knees. I like it.
I am on my feet.
All right. So your card is Thomas Was Alone.
I love the fact that because you've picked things that we both played, pretty much all of these have been genuinely great games.
Yeah. Well, there you go. See, that's just the personal touch, and you're welcome.
And then Satan, this is the ongoing joke of Discord, since my husband's name is Thomas.
Oh,
yes.
I haven't seen that.
And Thomas was alone because pTart was just playing games the whole time.
Oh, poor Thomas. All right. It's at 58%. Is that higher or lower than Dead Rising 2, Case 0?
Oh, see, I thought you meant the main game, and that was definitely going to be lower. Case 0 is still going to be lower than Thomas Was Alone. It is quite a quick and easy one, and it was 360. I'm sort of talking myself out. No, Thomas Was Alone is one of the ones I've genuinely completed that like 6 times over. It's dead simple. Thomas Was Alone is higher.
Okay. So with 58%, Thomas Was Alone. Dead Rising 2, Case 0, you said it is lower. It is lower. That was actually my first completion, I believe, I'm not.
Oh, congrats!
Thanks. I was a much different gamer back then.
I actually completed this one recently.
It's fun, isn't it?
It was. I enjoyed it.
I just remember like putting together a motorcycle or something. I don't know. It was so many years ago.
Chainsaws, I think. It was actually where I checked out of the series, sadly, because sort of after that, it just felt like, where do they take it? But maybe I'll jump back into Dead Rising 4.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for your next question?
Yes.
Okay. You have... let's see, where were we? Dead Rising 2, Case 0, with its 35%. Is that higher or lower than Murdered Sole Suspect?
Oh, right, yes. I was thinking, what game are you talking about when you just said murder?
For the Expo. Expo, not the
yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely harder, more involved. So that Murdered Sole Suspect will be lower. That actually messed me up because I was doing it without a guide, but watching a video to get the collectibles as I went. But I missed a collectible before going past the point of no return and had to replay the entire game.
Ooh.
So that's yeah. Well, at least it's fun and it's a lot quicker when you know where you're going. But yeah, that's definitely going to have a lower percentage.
All right. Murdered Sole Suspect, you said, is lower than Dead Rising Case 0, or Dead Rising 2 Case 0 with its 35%. Murdered Sole Suspect is lower with 19%. All right. So you are now back up to your gentleman's completion. You have 3 more to answer consecutively. No freezes.
I can't just freeze here and tie the game. Share the spoils.
Well, A, you're not tied yet. B, no. All right.
Okay.
So here we go. You have... You have Murdered Sole Suspect with its 19%. Is that higher or lower than Plants vs. Zombies?
Oh, amazing. I was playing that today. There's a lot of grind in there. Like, I've done the game. Anyone can complete the game. Survival 40 waves. Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies will be lower.
Is that the hard achievement in the game? I've never played it.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest achievement that's in the game. Some of the puzzles are tricky if you want to get a long way on Endless Vase Breaker, which is actually my favourite mode, but there aren't any achievements for that.
I love
cool.
The Windows Phone game has a achievement for the Vase Breaker mode.
Yeah, I don't know why they skipped it in the 360 version, but I've been playing it anyway. But yeah, the 2 things that will take you your time, there's a grinding one, which is to get enough money to grow your Tree of Life to max, and there's also a skill one, which is to survive 40 waves in survival. And I'm actually partway through a run to try and do it myself with my own strategies, and I reckon I can do it, but I'm going to wait and see. Everyone who does complete it, most people just look the guide up and find the recommended template and set the plants up like that, sort of. Well, that's the fallback. But yeah, that'll have a lower percentage.
All right, so Murdered Sole Suspect has its 19%. You say Plants vs. Zombies is a lower. It is lower with 9%.
You really should play this game, Elroy. It is very fun.
It is one of my favourite games of all time ever.
You've really painted it as a wonderful candidate here.
The Steam version's better than the 360 version, though. The menus are better, it's got slightly better resolution, etc. You can probably find a better version to play than the 360 one.
Oh, all right. Well, I will happily just conveniently forget that y'all recommended this game in about 20 minutes. So, all right. So you're at 800. You have 2 more to answer. You have Plants vs. Zombies with its 9%. Is that higher or lower than The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion?
Ooh. I reckon Oblivion... Yeah, it's a 360 title as well. Oblivion will be higher. It's long, but you can turn the difficulty right down, and everybody loves playing the Dark Brotherhood quests and things. Oblivion will be higher. I reckon if it was on the 1, it might be lower.
I've never played it, and I could not tell you a single thing about it other than...
It's like Skyrim.
You should play it.
I don't. Never
I'd
played
actually
Skyrim.
I'd be on the fence. I'd say these days, if you don't know the Elder Scrolls, start with Skyrim.
That's the one where the guy took an arrow to the knee, right? He used to be an adventurer. Yep. Okay, yeah, that's the only thing I know about Elder Scrolls. All right,
it's like Avowed. If you've heard of Avowed, the Elder Scrolls is like that.
And you can shoot cabbages in the buckets.
Well, that does sound kind of amazing, but no.
You can do that in Overcooked as well.
That is amongst the games I've will never play. So you said it is higher, Elder Scrolls something or another, and you are correct with 25%.
Oh, one question to go.
All right, now Alex. You've been here before.
I am ready for this.
You've been here before.
Yes, but now I'm destined. Before it was the whole, you can't win that early, it'll be an anticlimax. This is the one.
This is it. This is your moment. All right. So your question is, your card is Uno. Xbox 360.
What percentage was Oblivion?
Oblivion, 25% of people need to find a better game.
Okay. I did it.
This is for the win.
Yeah.
Not to throw any undue pressure. If you get this incorrectly, then pTart is our winner tonight. If you get this correct, you are the winner.
Yeah, and most of the games we've been talking about are ones I know back to front, inside out. Uno, I vaguely remember playing, like, any single, doing a board game completion single player is just boring.
Well, you bought it for the Vision Cam, right?
No, I never owned a Vision Cam.
Don't listen to her. She's trying to mess with you. I'm just kidding.
But so that,
I don't even know what a Vision Cam is. What is a Vision Cam?
Did that come with Uno? Is there an achievement that's linked to that?
We're just gonna leave the Vision Cam and Uno right there.
Oh man, she's planting seeds.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, because I'm not too sure which way to take it. Like, it's easy, but it's boring. It's a grind. It's 360. But if one of the achievements was originally tied to a camera, but then you could be trying to mess with me. You could be trying to throw me off the scent by throwing out this camera thing.
I'm just stating that Uno on the 360 was infamous for Vision Cam use.
Oh, like Burnout Paradise, where you would match with someone and you would get to see their face.
Sure.
I don't even know what y'all are talking about, but this sounds like some shenanigans if I've ever heard it.
Back in the day when I completed that, I didn't play online.
That sounds like some pTart shenanigans going on.
Didn't somebody in the Discord the other day say that they found the Discord or met one of the other gamers through Uno? I feel like we need to investigate that story a bit more. But
so you have Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It's at 25%. You have Uno Xbox 360 with or without Vision Cam and some of that other stuff. I'm not sure what to tell you there, but this is for the win. So we just need to know, is it higher or lower? And I would
absolutely be freezing this under normal circumstances. I just don't know, because that's about where I would pitch Uno as well. I think they're going to be just about the same, and you've picked a game-changing question which leaves it all in the balance. I'm going to go on the same basis that I did for Refunct in my game-deciding question last time, and I know it didn't pay off the time before, but all I can get back to is faith in the TA community that if there is any justice in the world, more people have completed Oblivion. Final answer.
So you say Uno is lower.
Uno is lower. It's got one in the name, right? Give me that.
Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion with its 25%. Uno.
TA, don't let me down.
Xbox 360. You said it was lower. It clocks in with 20%. 6%.
Oh! I actually would have guessed lower as well. But anyways, I am the victor.
Yeah, congratulations.
Wow.
Oh, that was so close. That was good fun.
Oh,
as
wow.
well.
Yeah, that had me
pTart
on the
wins.
edge. Like,
Wow, man, it just really came
Thank you
down
so
to
much for hosting this. And pTart, like, great competitor. We were both rooting for each other on our goes, I feel like. So yeah, if I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose to a graceful winner.
oh, thank you.
Wow.
But yeah, thank you, Elroy, for hosting this. And you picking from our game pool was actually really super fun. Like,
Awesome.
Yeah, it was also a nice trip down memory lane.
Okay. I tried to cater it to y'all since I know y'all are the completionists, and so that's what the theme was. So there you go. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all coming on with me. pTart will move on into the next round, and we'll face either X the Hero or Chewy. I haven't drawn up the bracket yet, so.
So I have a champion's belt.
Yes, well, you'll be in contention. There's going to be 4 finalists, and so yeah.
Oh wow!
And we're going to duke it out. So there you have it. So you'll be joining me again at some point. So maybe listen to all the hints that I drop next time. Yeah. And is anything y'all want to plug before you go, or
Pretty much all the games we mentioned. Go play them.
Yeah, see, Alex and I have great gaming tastes, so pretty much everything. And Alex probably needs to add like Jillian Michaels' fitness adventure to his, and Cabela's Alaskan Adventures, and a couple other 360 gems. So,
Dear God and all that.
That's not a 360 gem.
I'd just like to make it clear to any listeners that there's no video on this call. This is audio only, and she's still telling me I need to work out.
I'm so sorry that it didn't work out for you today, Mr. Alex.
Oh, no, this was a wonderful evening. I've had fun.
Yeah, glad you could pop your podcast cherry with me and Elroy.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have to have you on again. You were exhilarating.
That's all the time we have for today. Join us next time for an exciting episode of CheevWhiz with Elroy.
Hello everyone, I'm Wakapeil, and welcome to 2 Achievement Hunting 101 reviews of semi-recent games published by Ratalaika. First up is Gun Crazy, developed by Ritual Games and Grab the Games, retailing for $5. Gun Crazy is an exceptionally short run and gun, even by Ratalaika standards. Going into the game with zero preparation and taking notes as I played, I completed the achievement list in less than 10 minutes, with the final achievement unlocking as I completed the second of the game's 4 levels. After getting a game over, I started over from the beginning, playing more defensively, and finished all 4 levels of Gun Crazy in roughly 15 minutes, and the game abruptly ends as soon as you defeat the final boss. You play as a blue-haired lady with very puffy pants, equipped with a giant glove on one arm and some kind of Mega Buster-like gun on the other. Every level, she emerges from a police car, which is the closest thing the game ever comes to a story, and then proceeds to destroy everything on her path until the level ends after a big boss fight. While fun and having nice but low-resolution pixel graphics, Gun Crazy is unpolished, and the hit detection is often wonky, resulting in unexpected damage taken, and your shots hitting invisible walls. Standing in a downward slope, for some reason, breaks your gun, resulting in your shots not leaving it. You also sometimes automatically punch in the air, missing enemies while holding the fire button. This matters little if you're only interested in the achievements, as they will come easy enough, but completing all 4 levels takes a bit of concentration, as you have a limited amount of lives before the game kicks you back to the title screen and you have to start over from the beginning again. I feel $5 is a bit steep for a 15-minute game where you can earn all achievements in half that time. Objectively, as a game for anyone, I would award Gun Crazy 2.5 police cars out of 5. Nevertheless, if you as an achievement hunter want a quick and fun 10-minute completion, this is 5 baggy pants out of 5. Second Rataliker reviewed for today is Rush Rover by the developer Radio, selling for $5. It might just be me, but I found this title extremely forgettable, and the following review might not be terminologically correct. Range Rover is a roguelite, possibly roguelike, twin-stick shooter starring a robot going around randomly generated levels murdering other robots. In Russian Ropers, you traverse a map where you get locked into every new area until you've murdered every other robot. Run Your Rucksacks features a randomized loot system and a upgrade grid, but if you, like me, don't find the game very enjoyable and quit out after the 20 minutes it takes to get to completion, it really doesn't matter. Random Radish has 2 modes, Standard and Dodge mode. 10 out of 13 achievements in Rampaging Robots is tied to the Standard mode. As long as you play defensively and remember to use the dodge button, you can be done with Standard mode in around 15 minutes if you manage to beat the first boss and complete 5 areas without taking damage in one run. The dodge mode in Robotic Rager simply asks you to survive in a bullet hellish room for 45 seconds, which I found fairly easy as you can get hit 5 times before losing. Ramshank Rat is a quick and easy completion, but not a very enjoyable one. It does require a small amount of concentration to finish 5 areas without taking damage in one run, but I found it easy. In contrast to Gun Crazy, where I wouldn't have minded finishing the rest of the game for the achievements, I was thankful I only had to defeat the first boss to get the achievement completion in Real Rats. I would not recommend Road Rage to anyone but achievement hunters, awarding it 1.5 dodges out of 5, but a 4.5 exploding robots out of 5 for gamerscore focused achievement hunters. After looking it up for probably the 10th time, I can tell you that the proper name of the game is Rush Rover. Have a nice day, everyone!